he had a pet raccoon that used to poop all over his house. But we used to pet this raccoon. I didn't really like it very much. But then I had another friend. This was in the 70s. I was probably maybe 10, so maybe 1980. My buddy P.J. McGowan lived down by the old cemetery down in the old Riverside. And I rode my bike over to his house, and he had a monkey, a little tiny monkey. And he said, "Here's some grapes. Feed my monkey." So I was sitting there on my bike, on my little Schwinn, and I ran out of grapes. And this monkey jumped up on my bike and bit the tip of my finger. Like, bit my knuckle.
He got you.
He got me good, and I've never wanted to be near a monkey again. The only other time I get kind of apprehensive, like you're scared of birds.
Yes.
I'm really kind of scared of monkeys. And there was a little monkey. It was like a little spider monkey. A little simian bit my finger. Didn't like it at all. I had another friend who had a chinchilla.
Oh, yeah. They're cute and cuddly, aren't they?
They're cute and cuddly. But they're if you don't pet those guys all the time, they become kind of rabid and crazy. So they
want all the attention.
They want all the attention. So if you don't give them attention, they'll bite you. So, but they make coats out of chinchillas, like fur coats. The fur coats that we see everywhere. I don't see them very often.
Everywhere.
Well, just because I'm
rich. A lot of minute feet.
Just because I'm rich and I've seen a lot of fur coats. Yeah, those chinchillas, baby. You just harvest them and you make yourself a coat. That's what they're made of. When I would sew my coats with the chinchilla skins, I'd eat caviar by the gallon. No, my friends had chinchillas, and they were really cool, very, very soft, most soft creature ever.
Hence the jackets.
Yeah, hence the fur coats. But I honestly did not know they were fur coats. They were the softest creatures. I didn't even know what they were. They look like aliens. Have you ever seen one?
A chinchilla?
Yeah.
Yes.
They look like alien creatures.
I guess so, yeah.
They're kind of a weird creature. So I've been bit by a monkey. My friend had a raccoon and a chinchilla. There you go.
You could have been like a zookeeper.
I was like the resident Steve Irwin of Riverside.
Hello.
I've caught snakes here. I've been bit on a horned toad. I've been bit by a monkey. I can climb. I'm telling you right now, I could climb some trees. I could climb some buildings. I am somewhat like a monkey, kind of spider. But now I'm older, not climbing too many trees like I used to. But I could.
Did you grow a tail?
No, rat tail, a cool rat tail.
There's still time. You could still grow a rat tail.
I could. Oh no, I'm telling you right now. But even with this hairline, I could grow the perfect rat tail.
No, you could.
It's lush on the sides. My hair is lush. It would be a gray tail, though.
There's guys out there in the Inland Empire right now that are pulling that off.
With bald heads and
then they got the wrap around with the rat tail.
That'd be sweet. Should I do it?
There's guys out there doing it right now.
Yeah. But then Rich Jeff would not be allowed into the yacht club. You know that Fast Johnny goes to he's going to sailing school. Did you know that?
No.
Yeah, Fast Johnny's 5 years old. Smetty Smeg signed him up for the where's the park where the Mission Bay Yacht Club.
Balboa Park.
No, it's the Mission Bay Yacht Club.
Mission Bay Yacht Club.
And Fast Johnny's going to be in sailing camp for a week this summer.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, he's going to have deck shoes, but we have to go to we have to pay to join the yacht club.
Oh, of course.
So that he can be part of the yacht, the camp. So yes, I'm going to go down and wear my captain's hat. I'm going to wear my topsiders and my white linen shorts. And
You're going to fit right in.
Yes. Oh no, I don't. I don't ever go on a yacht that has sailing. I go straight big off-board motor. I want a straight yacht. I want a cruise liner. I'm not some sort of guy that wants to go wind power. I'm all power, baby. Big engines. I'm a boat guy. But my son, he's gonna be a sailor this summer.
Look at that.
There you go.
Maybe he could end up at UC Irvine. Remember they won all those sailing national championships.
They were national champs. Yeah, I don't understand. Smetty wants to put him in. I'm like, whatever. But we'll go down to San Diego for a week and hang out.
So say you went on a cruise and the captain fell ill. Could you steer the boat?
I could steer it. I could do it. I just give me I could do it. I could. I can. At
least get you to safety, right?
Yeah, I could definitely get us to safety. I've driven boats. Mark Gard and I, we were yacht guys. We used to go to Catalina. Mark Gard and I would drive a boat to Catalina.
Oh, wait, from Long Beach?
From Long Beach. Boom, we go straight across. Right across. Mark Gard and I, we were helmsmen on the yacht. Our buddy owned a yacht, and we used to go over to Catalina all the time.
What'd your buddy do?
Don't worry about what he did, pal.
Oh.
If I tell you, I'll have to kill you.
Oh,
but he's
dangerous.
He's a foreigner. So he's very, very mysterious. Very, 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 Very much. Yes. There you go. I just gave you my gist of the afternoon.
And it started with a monkey biting you, and that's exactly what we were talking about. Moments before we flicked on the Let's Go Live here in the studio.
Then it
monkeys.
Then it goes to yachting.
So when you go to Anaheim Stadium and you see the rally monkey, you get.
I don't like it at all. That's kind of the size of the monkey. This little 8-inch one.
You
right
should have
here.
gave him his grapes.
No, he bit me good though. I remember I kind of cried. I'm not gonna lie. he bit me hard, and I was like, I never want to see a monkey again. So when I go to the zoos, I always stand back a little further because I know they like to fling poo.
Yeah, they do.
I don't want poo flung on me by a monkey. At least they bit me.
I thought
At
they were
least
throwing
haven't-
raisins.
They throw raisins. Those are small pieces of poop. Those are tiny poops.
Don't eat those.
No, don't eat them.
Don't eat 'em.
Don't grab them
Yeah.
because they stink. Little poopies.
And with that, welcome to the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM. You will not get this conversation anywhere else. We are live and amplified every single day from 3 to 6 p.m. And it's all brought to you by our good friends at Spoiled Quick Quality Oil Change. Greg Holla is on his way over there. He needs an oil change so bad, and so do you. Every 3 or 5,000 miles, whatever, 3 months, just get in there, get your oil changed. Make sure your car is going strong, but only if you go to Spoiled Quick Quality Oil Change. I went to another place in Riverside long before we hooked up with Spoiled. They're off La Sierra Avenue, and I went in there and I said, hey, can I get my oil changed? And they said, sure, but did you know this is cracked and that's busted and you need to replace that?
What?
Oh, yeah. And I took it to my mechanic back in Redlands, and I said, hey, I got this busted. This is cracked. I need to replace that. And they're like, nope, that's a lie. They tried to get you right here in the Riv. You think we're surrounded by honest people, and usually we are here in the Riv. But not that day, not that place, right off La Sierra Avenue.
Go to Navigado.
That's why you go to Spoiled Quick Quality Oil Change. All right, this time tomorrow, we will all be bracing for LeBron James versus G State, Episode 4. It's going to be wild. Golden State's the heavy favorite. We don't even know if Kevin Love's going to spread the love in the NBA Finals because he's in concussion protocol. Jeff, has anything changed between yesterday and today to make you think that Cleveland actually has a realistic chance?
Nope. Not a bit. Not one bit other than they have LeBron James. I will say this, though. I heard somebody today say that I think it was on one of the morning sports shows on ESPN. They said this is the greatest rivalry in American sport history.
Huh?
Yeah. Yeah.
The greatest ever, regardless of the sport?
One of those guys, Mike and Mike, remember the first one of the night?
That's dumb.
Greenberg.
Ugh.
Greenberg said that it was the
That guy's a
biggest
nerd.
rival in American
He's a big
sport history.
nerd.
I laughed when I said that. Okay, so we had the Yankees and Dodgers. Okay, that wasn't a rivalry.
Or even Yankees and Red Sox. Like, you could start right there.
You got the Lakers and Celtics.
Lakers and
You're
Celtics.
telling me right now that the Warriors and Cavs, the Cavs have nobody except LeBron James. That's a better rivalry than the Celtics-Lakers? Are you kidding me?
If you asked me, okay, Pep, off the top of your head, go with your gut. What's the biggest rivalries in sports? I don't think Cleveland, Golden State would pop up in my top 5 or even top 10. I'd probably pick, Ohio State, Michigan.
Yeah, colleges.
Red Sox, Yankees.
20 colleges that are bigger than that.
Yeah.
So, yes, silly remarks. That's why that company is goofy.
But right now, in this time, in this space, yes, it's been fun the last 3 years. And now we're getting episode 4 between Golden State and Cleveland. I'm into it because I want to see LeBron James put an entire team on his back and try to beat maybe the greatest NBA team in this stretch, this 3 or 4 years, that we've ever seen.
I agree. I think it's going to be
fun.
fun, but let's don't get carried away. Really, it's the NBA Finals. It's Steph Curry, Kevin Durant, and LeBron James.
Now, we're all fired up for the NBA Finals. It tips off tomorrow, Game 1 in the city by the Bay. But the big news today in the NBA, if you believe it or not, Brian Colangelo. You're probably saying, who's that? Why do I care about Brian Colangelo? Well, he is the general manager and the director of basketball operations or something.
He's
president.
the president.
Of the 76ers.
Trust the process.
He's the process guy.
Trust the process.
But he's in hot water right now because there's a report that came out and everybody's talking about it that he has a bunch of fake Twitter accounts. And with those fake Twitter accounts, not using his real name, he'd go out there and say, man, that Ben Simmons, he really stinks. And 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 he really Or, man, Joel Embiid, his injury, I don't know, what do you have, like a broken nose or something like that?
Yes.
His injury's really bad. He's not coming back. He was out there spreading rumors, criticizing his own players. He had agendas he was trying to push, but he denies it all.
What?
He says it wasn't me.
Got to trust the process. Obviously, you can't trust Brian Colangelo, though.
But don't you think we live in a time where you could probably track down, like, who are behind these Twitter accounts? Where are these coming from?
Well, I had read the article. I don't know if he had gone in depth.
I read it, yeah.
You know, it looks really bad on him because there was only one person. The author of the article spoke to one person only, and after they spoke to that one person, all 5 of these Twitter accounts all ceased to stop working. They went private, or they just ceased to exist.
Oh.
If they only talked to one person,
and they all went away.
They all went away. Leads
it wasn't
to,
me.
Yeah,
Shaggy.
Yeah. It leads to think, well, you can't really trust the process when you can't trust your man in charge.
Oh, Colangelo saying it wasn't me. But he could be in hot water. The 76ers are investigating. They call them burner accounts. We've heard them before because Kevin Durant has burner accounts. Skip Bayless, that annoying talking head, is he on ESPN still?
No, I don't think so. He's on
wherever he's at. Like, whenever I see his face, I just turn it off.
Yes.
I'm not into it. I don't like Skip Bayless. I don't like Stephen A. I don't like any of those fools on there. I don't listen to them.
The guys that like to fight for no reason.
Oh, they're dumb.
They pick
Usually
a side no
their
matter
takes are dumb. Some people like, hearing a sports guy like you or myself say outrageous things, and they're like, oh, man, that's so dumb. I totally disagree with that. But I'm going to keep watching it over and over because I want to see what he's going to say next. I'm not one of them. As soon as I see that face, it's off. But Skip Bayless is another one of those guys. Skip Bayless had burner accounts. He'd go on there with fake Twitter accounts of his own, say, man, that's Skip Bayless. Wow, he's really good. Hey, Skip, great take on LeBron James. Skip, you deserve your own show. You are wonderful. No. Which, Jeff, do you have any burner accounts?
I wouldn't know how to do it. I know I have one account, but I don't know how to, if I wanted to do multiple accounts, I'm not that smart. I'm not that tech savvy. Yeah, I'm going to start my own, though.
You know what I was thinking, though? Like, honestly, I would never do it for myself or this show, but I was like, is there a circumstance where I would make a fake account and tweet things out? And I'm like, yeah, there is one scenario.
Because you're evil.
There's one. No.
Yeah.
Because I'm a good dad.
What do you mean?
I would do it for my kids.
What do you mean you do it for your kids?
Let's
very confused.
say I'm tweeting out something like, man, my daughter's name's Ellie. Man, that Ellie. Great gymnastics routine. Tweet at UCLA Gymnastics. Man, you should really check out this girl. She is fantastic. I would do it because I love my kids. I'm a great dad.
Wow.
Right?
Wow.
I would do that. That's the only.
What would your burner account be, Pep?
My burner account?
What would be the name if we had to look for it?
Probably what I tell my kids. It would be at funniest man alive.
Funniest man alive.
I tell my kids all the time. I'm like, you live with the funniest man alive.
So you would do that for your kids? You say, look, just to pump them up, to get them going. Because I know Ellie, she's into the, she likes practices.
She loves them.
And she loves her friends.
Loves them.
But probably a lot like my man, Connor, once they get in the games, they're like, do I really?
Yeah, do I really like this?
I'm a great practice player, but do I want to keep doing it? Yes, I understand that.
My oldest loves to cook, loves to bake. So she went, what's a big cooking school? Cordon Bleu? Or I don't know. One of those schools.
Yes.
Or some fancy French restaurant school for cooking. I tweet a picture. Look at the brownies you just made. Oh, these look wonderful. Man, wouldn't you want to taste one of these?
One of these gluten-free brownies.
At funniest man alive. Like I would do that for my kids. I love my kids.
I can see that. But Brian Colangelo doing what he's doing, I think is setting back the process because they're going to try to recruit LeBron James.
What if he's innocent?
Oh, he's not innocent. If they figured it out, then they wouldn't have published it. It wouldn't have been all over the place if somebody doesn't know it's true. Unless, and we've seen in the press, they've done fake news. So who the heck knows what's real, what's not?
Did this come from ESPN? Because if it came from ESPN, there's a good chance it's not real anyways.
Yeah, it could be a shot. I'm not too sure. But with everything that is out, I mean, if you go to Facebook and you go to Twitter, 50% of the time, what you see is just not real. It's just made up stuff. Always.
Phony.
Phony, regardless of how you land on the fence, it's a phony story. That's it.
True.
Yep.
All right, so if anything goes down with Colangelo, we're going to talk about this later. In fact, this Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM. You can say it's dedicated to Twitter today. We're talking Colangelo Twitter. We're talking Kobe Bryant on Twitter, and we're talking Sua Cravens, the pride of Vista Marietta High School, and with the Denver Broncos on Twitter.
It's
a lot of Twitter today.
He's nuts.
Make sure you follow us at Inland_sports. Follow us, tweet us. We read your tweets live on the air. Real quick, let's blow through these Inland Sports headlines like a burner account right here. Stanley Cup Finals, Game 2 tonight, Las Vegas and the Washington Capitals. Game 2 in Las Vegas, 5 o'clock. So we can have live updates, actually, in the back half of the show between the Golden Knights and the Caps, as they call them. The Dodgers, they lost 6-1 against Philadelphia last night. Kenta Maeda with a right hip strain. Oh, my gosh. Everybody is getting hurt on the Dodgers. What is going on?
Just quit. Start over next year.
Oh, man. But Clayton Kershaw is coming back tomorrow. Mike Scioscia now with 1,600 wins. He passes Tommy Lasorda for 20th all-time. That's his mentor. As the Angels beat Detroit last night 9-2. Shohei Ohtani is on the bump. In fact, they're less than an hour away from first pitch in Detroit, so we'll keep you up on Shohei Ohtani as well. Some local baseball news. Connor Cannon, big-time slugger for UC Riverside. He's been named first-team All-Big West Conference. Cole Percival, the true freshman out of Riverside Poly High School. He is the Big West Freshman Pitcher of the Year. Goodness. Percival earning second-team honors. Nate Webb out of King High School also earning second-team honors. The third baseman, Nate Webb, he's a stud. So a lot of local things to get to. When we come back, actually, let me tell you this, too. Later in the show, at 4 o'clock, we're going to have Redlands East Valley head softball coach Debbie Garcia calling the show live as Rev is going to the CIF Finals for the very first time to win a softball title.
Nice.
And at 5 o'clock, Yucaipa head baseball coach Ralph Grajeda is going to join us live as Ralph has the T-Birds in the championship game. So Ralph Grajeda, 5 o'clock.
After the break, I'm going to make an announcement. We have some
You
headlines.
are?
Yes, I got breaking news. A coach has been hired locally here, and we are going to announce it.
Holy smokes!
Yes!
And it's all brought to you by Ken Sporting Goods. More than 40 years in the Inland Empire, bringing you all of your sporting gear needs. And Letterman's Jackets. They do team sales, too. So the next time you need a soccer ball, a baseball, helmet, a football, they got it all. Ken Sporting Goods out there in Horsetown, USA. That's Norco right off the 15. Or visit them online, kensportinggoods.com. When we come back, Jeff has breaking news. I don't even know what this is. Plus, we'll get you all set for the CIF baseball and softball championship games coming up Friday and Saturday. You're listening to your favorite show, the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE, 1350 AM.
But I know.
We focus on the customer here. Believe it or not, that is the biggest thing for customers on an oil change. They just want the convenience of coming in, driving in, getting it done, and driving out. We just greet them, get them going, and they're done in about 10 minutes or so. We don't push any sales on them. We do the oil change, and I think that's what sets us apart is our customer service. Vacuumed and cleaned your windshield for you as well. Everything's looking pretty good. You come into us one time, believe me, we'll spoil you and you'll be ready to come back the next time.
Thank God, first of all. I thank the great people that I've got around me that help support me, the people that work for me. As I started, if it wasn't for the people around me, we probably wouldn't be here right now, but I've got a great staff. I've got great people that do stuff for us outside the store, and we've been very, very fortunate. Our service is impeccable, and we just keep trying to get better every year. We can do online stuff for your teams, as well as, like I said, the screen printing, the embroidery. We also have 3 women that do extra sewing for us, like tackle tool on uniforms, or the bling or rhinestones for different shirts for the ladies. That's why we have certain racks just for certain schools, and the fun about that is that it turns into other schools that may come in here that aren't as close, that we can do stuff for them as well. We've had very, very good customers throughout the years, and it's just been a blast.
We're a small family-owned, strive for quality pre-owned vehicles. We're not a volume dealer, and we take every deal as personal to us. We're a low-stress environment. We're not a pressure sales house. If you want to shop us, you're more than welcome to shop us. We have, like I said, great rates, competitive financing, a lot of one-owner, clean Carfax, clean title vehicles. As you see, we have Carfax everywhere. That's most important to us, to educate our customers before they make a purchase. We're right off of Ontario, right off a couple exits off the 15 freeway, off Cajelco, off El Cerrito, and we're right on the main drag going into Dos Logos and the crossings. We have great financing, we have great lenders that we're using. We do buy, sell, trade, cash for your car. Whatever we need to do to help accommodate the customer, that's what we're here for. We have a little bit of everything. We start at about $69.95 and go all the way up to $100,000. We have Escalades, we have commuters, we have pickup trucks, we have Jeeps, sport utilities, and if we don't have it, our specialty is finding you exactly what you're looking for.
Fernandez and Jeff Gorham.
This is the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM, and we're brought to you by Boost Performance Training in Corona with Coach Ray Bass. Athletes of all levels and all sports. Everybody's going to Boost Performance Training so you can be the best. Get a scholarship, get a starting job, make varsity. Doesn't matter if you play golf, lacrosse, football, of course, because Ray Bass was a football star at Hawaii and San Diego State. Everybody loves Boost. They got strength and speed classes. The first one is always free, so you can go check it out. You can love it, and then you can be the best at Boost Performance Training in Corona, boosttrainingsystems.com. Follow them on social media, too. All right, before we get to the baseball and softball CIF Southern Section Championship games, because they're all set, we know who's playing who, we know where, we know the times, we know all the good stuff. Jeff, you got breaking news?
I do.
We need a breaking news sounder.
Beep, 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 boop, boop,
Like,
boop, beep,
you know,
beep.
like sirens going off, explosions.
Do we have all that?
There it is.
There it is.
Breaking news.
Breaking news.
Sound the horn.
From the Marietta Valley High School has found their new head boys basketball coach, and he's our dear friend Brian Weathers, the former
Hey, congrats.
the former Marietta Valley superstar, played at UC Berkeley and was last year was the Dobo, the director of basketball operations at UC Riverside, is now the new head men's basketball coach at his alma mater, Marietta Valley.
Hey, you forgot star player for the Bakersfield Jam. My
Bakersfield Jam?
favorite Bakersfield Jam player of all time.
A superstar, played over in Australia, played everywhere, but great to see him land on his feet as the new boys basketball coach at Marietta Valley, pending approval by the school board. Shouldn't be a problem. He's a great guy. Everybody loves him.
Let me ask you this. So Brian Weathers, who we got to know very well at UC Riverside last season, he's the greatest player to come out of Marietta Valley High School, correct?
Yes,
Basketball.
by far, yes. And there's been great ones, but yes.
Okay, in the Southwest County area, we're talking Elsinore, Marietta, Temecula. We'll throw in Menifee because it's still pretty new down there. But he's probably the greatest of all time, right, from that entire area?
Yeah, there was a kid that the Maxey brothers that played at Elsinore. They were pretty darn good, but
were they Bakersfield Jam good?
Well, one played at Louisville. Was very,
that is good.
Yeah, he was very good. But Brian Weathers was the best basketball player out of that area by far.
Yeah, well, congrats to him going back to the school that he dominated at.
Yes.
Now he's going back to the Nighthawks.
Yeah, he's taking over for Steve Terabelda. Here's a lot of people didn't know this, but Steve Terabelda suffered a stroke and was decided it was best for him to resign. He'd been with the program for years and years, since the school had started. So he was turned over the reins to his former player, Brian Weathers.
Yeah, at least he keeps it in the family,
Yep,
right? You know, turn it over to a former Nighthawk and a guy obviously very well known because he's one of the greatest players to come out of this area. So
yes,
congrats to our dear friend, Brian Weathers. So the baseball and softball finals, they are all set. And for baseball, we've got two Inland Empire schools that will be playing for CIF Southern Section Championships. We start in Division 2. Yucaipa will be taking on Beckman from Irvine. That's going to be Saturday, 4:30 at Cal State Fullerton. So congratulations to the T-Birds. They make it to the championship game. And again, their head coach will join us live coming up at 5 p.m. If you think about that Citrus Belt League, I mean, that's pretty good baseball. Yucaipa's in the finals in D2. Redlands made it to the finals, semifinals in Division 3. Was it last year or 2 years? I think it was 2 years ago. Redlands East Valley was in the Division 2 championship game. I mean, they play some pretty good baseball out there in the CBL. And Yucaipa is just the next school in line, I guess you could say. They've got a lot of major leaguers that come out of there, too.
Yeah, Yucaipa's been a baseball powerhouse for years. Since I was a kid, I can remember going to Yucaipa baseball games, and they always had great pitchers. Always had great pitchers. I remember seeing Yucaipa playing Norte Vista, I want to say in the early 80s in the CIF semifinals. And Norte Vista prevailed, but Yucaipa always had those Dudley pitchers.
Yeah, and Jeff Stout, who was there, I think it was 41 years.
Yes.
Retired. Ralph Grajeda took over, and now look at this. They have not even skipped a beat. Yucaipa is still Yucaipa. In fact, they're reaching new heights this season. In Division 2, that's tough. That's really good baseball. So congratulations to the T-Birds. They'll be playing for the title on Saturday evening at Cal State Fullerton. And in Division 6, and a lot closer to home, Moreno Valley will take on Pasadena Poly on Saturday noon. at UC Riverside. So if you're a Moreno Valley Viking fan, you can make that short drive from Moval on the 60, right up inside that 215, and get to the Plex and check out the Vikings playing for a title. In fact, I went to their championship game last year. They played Santa Maria for the Division 7 title. They lost that one, but now they're back in Division 6, so they got bumped up a division, but they're back in the championship game. So that'd be pretty cool to see Moval get the job done and do it pretty close to home too, Jeff.
Yeah, see, Moreno Valley's second time, like you said, going to the CIF finals. They went to the semis 2 years ago, and then the year before that, they were coached by Troy Percival, our guy. So 3 years removed. Now Moreno Valley in the CIF championship for the second year in a row.
Yeah, I think some people forget Troy Percival, Angels great, head coach at UC Riverside. You know, he played at Moreno Valley High School. He went back to Moreno Valley High School. He coached a couple years, kind of got that program going back in the right direction. And then, you know, when UCR calls, what do? You got to say yes, right? I mean, he's also a Highlander. You know, that's his. You know, he's an alumni of UC Riverside as well. So he had to go back, and now he's over there. But cool to see Moval playing good baseball.
Yeah, and, and you have to say Troy really started this tradition. He redid the field there at Moreno Valley. When you used to go there, it would be filled with goal. It was goal for whole city. You go out there in the outfield, and guys were worried about breaking ankles and feet. And then Troy Percival came in, redid the whole field out of his own pocket. It's nice to see Moreno Valley winning again, especially at the baseball.
And in softball, all of the championship games are at Deanna Manning Stadium down in Irvine at Barber Park. Leading the way in Division 1, they're back. It's Norco. They're going to take on the winner of Gar and Chino Hills Saturday at 6:30. Now, Gar and Chino Hills, they're playing right now. In fact, they probably just had first pitch. So the winner of that one will get Norco for the Division 1 championship. Norco, I think they've been there like 8 times for the Division 1 championship. They've got a bunch of rings. 2013, I think it was 2013 was that magical season where they were, you know, the mythical national champion, state champion, national champion. Like, they did the whole thing.
They're ranked number 1 again this year. So you got to hope that they can redeem themselves after the loss last year when you had the National Player of the Year.
Broke my heart.
Oh.
You got Taylor Dawkins in the circle. You're Norco. You're the best team in the world. And they lost to Los Alamitos in the championship game.
Yep, tough one.
So now Norco will get the winner of Chino Hills and Gar for the title. Saturday, 6:30 down there at Deanna Manning Stadium. In Division 2, King is back. Now, King's a school that's also played for a Division 1 championship. Right now, they're Division 2, and they will take on Newberry Park on Saturday at 12:30 for the CIF Southern Section Championship. So, and they have a new head coach as well, Chantal Millard. Someone I know. She's a great coach. She's coached softball in this area for a long, long time. She was a star player. And now she's got King back in a championship game. In fact, they beat Buena yesterday. We got some highlights we put on Riverside TV. It was a close game. They've had a lot of close games. But that's what makes a great team, when you can find a way to win those close games. It's easy to blow somebody out. How do you win those close games?
So it's cool to see up there in Orange Crest, King Wolves going for a CIF championship.
Also, on Friday, we got 2 more Inland Empire schools playing for CIF softball championships. We got Redlands East Valley playing for its first ever CIF title in softball. They will take on the top seed West Torrance for the D3. That's Friday, 6:30. Coach Debbie Garcia is going to join us live in about 20 minutes. And also JW North, also for the first time in a CIF championship game, trying to win their first softball title as they will take on Chaminade. That's Friday at 3:30. So that's a matinee down there in Irvine. So congratulations to making it this far for all of our local teams. And we'll see who's going to bring home some championships back to the IE, unless you're Moreno Valley, because you're playing for a title in the IE. And actually, Moreno Valley High School and UCR just down the road from each other, really not that far. All right, the Inland Empire Baseball Coaches Association All-Star Game is coming up next Friday. So after all the championship games are done, we're going to turn our focus to the biggest All-Star game in the IE. It's the IEBCA All-Star Game, Friday, June 8th, 7 o'clock, San Manuel Stadium. We will have the game live on the Inland Sports Channel. In fact, if you go to the Inland Sports website right now, we have the complete rosters for the Riverside County All-Stars and the San Bernardino County All-Stars. It's going to be a great game. They're going to write books about this game one day.
They will, and
Next
I'm
Friday.
on the call with our guy, Stephen Kono.
going to be a great game.
I'm
Are you
excited.
excited?
Fired up.
You better
my
go
man.
start reviewing those rosters.
Well, hey,
there's a
I'll
lot
tell
of
you
big
what,
names.
I was looking at those big names, and a lot of those big names might be drafted next Wednesday and Thursday. So we'll have some possible draftees playing in the All-Star game.
I think there's a handful of guys that could hear their name called coming right out of high school getting drafted. So we'll keep an eye on that as well. When we come back here on the Inland Sports Show, some football news as we dive back into the Twitter world. Stuart Cravens is tweeting. This guy from the Browns, I don't even know who he is, but he's tweeting he's going to be out millions of dollars.
Millions.
Maybe billions. It might be billions when we're all said and done. And Johnny Football is back. He's going to be under center on Friday. We got those details, too, when we come back. It's your favorite show, the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE, 1350 AM.
Once upon a time at Centennial High School, I was actually on the first ever CIF championship team back in 2000, and then my senior year we won it again. I say that's my passion because I've done it. You know, I know exactly where these athletes are at. I know what their mindset is right now. I know how hard it is to, number one, find a performance coach who can take you to the next level. What sets us apart has to be, you know, how we work with our athletes and what we know. We can take an athlete and you know, help them reach their athletic potential, you know, help them, you know, prevent injuries, help get them stronger. I know every single athlete who steps into this gym. I know exactly where they're at, and I'm going to progress them every week. If you're not getting results, then, you know, really what's it about? We're going to deliver something that's measurable, you know, in terms of speed, power, you know, strength, agility.
have a plethora.
We're back to the Inland Sports Show. Here are your hosts, Pat Fernandez and Jeff Corum.
Welcome back to the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM. More breaking news. More? Oh, no me digas. No, this is good news. Trevor Oakes at a Woodcrest Christian and Cal Baptist University.
Our guy.
Just made his Major League debut a couple of weeks ago for the Kansas City Royals, but then they sent him back down to AAA Omaha. Well, guess what? He is back in the big leagues. The Royals' official Twitter account, because remember, this show is all dedicated to Twitter. He has been called back up. Trevor Oakes back in the major leagues with the Kansas City Royals. So now, Jeff, you know what this means. We got to keep an eye on the Royals. As long as Trevor Oakes is there. We got Lucas Duda, too.
Dude.
But now we got Trevor Oakes.
Yeah, at least Trevor Oakes can throw. Right now they're saying Lucas Duda is the worst hitter in baseball.
The worst? There's a lot of hitters.
Yeah, but they're saying he's the worst.
Sad.
They said that he might have. There was word that he might be a Dodger. You heard that a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
I think those have settled down now that JT is back and everybody seems to be okay in Dodgers.
All right, congrats to Trevor Oakes. Back in the big leagues with the Kansas City Royals. Hashtag the Riv raised me. He's a Riverside guy. We're brought to you by Catalano Motors in Corona off of Temescal Canyon Road. You can buy, trade, and finance all in the same spot. Are you serious? It's that easy? It is, and you're going to save thousands of dollars. Get the weekly special. You will love it. All that money left in your wallet. Catalano Motors in Corona off of Temescal Canyon Road. CatalanoCars.com is the website. So Johnny Manziel will be back in football. He's scheduled to make his Canadian Football League debut on Friday for the Hamilton Tiger Cats. First game right out of the gate. I'm excited. Jeff, if you can find it somewhere online, will you watch it?
I definitely will. I loved watching Johnny football in college. I want to say he's one of the most dynamic college players I've ever seen, outside of maybe Reggie Bush. I think Reggie Bush was my favorite of all time, but Johnny football was short list right behind him.
If I can find it, I definitely want to watch. This is the closest thing you're going to see to the NFL. They have guys in the CFL that have some, NFL experience. These are NFL caliber guys up there north of the border. So I'm excited to see what he does against this level of competition, because he played in that 2-game little football league or whatever
it's
that
like
was.
A high school football league.
You can't put much stock in that. So we're gonna find out for real.
He's going to the Hamilton Tiger Cats.
See?
So we'll see. Think of it this way. When he was in college, was there ever a better quarterback for his time? He literally changed the entire landscape of Texas A&M. Would you agree?
Yeah, he was great.
He was so popular that they brought in extra seats. They added to their football stadium because of the success
of Johnny football.
The
only other guy, at least in my wheelhouse, going back 20 or 30 years, that really just everyone gravitated towards was Tim Tebow. Tim Tebow and Johnny Manziel were the guys. They were on national TV. Like you said, extra stands, like the place was sold out. Like people wanted to see them.
They put in luxury boxes with the money they made off of Johnny Manziel after he was done over at Texas A&M. They put in luxury boxes in the stadium because of his success. So they owe him. They owe Johnny football.
But now he's a Hamilton Tiger Cat.
Well, it's nice to see. He's had a lot of setbacks. The drug issues, the bipolar issues. But you do always got to hope that you can see a little bit of a glimpse of the great Johnny Manziel on the field, because you'd like to see somebody do well. You don't want to see somebody fail, which we saw him do in Cleveland.
All right, so Friday night, scheduled to make his first CFL, not start, but he's going to play in a game. He's going to make his debut. It's an exhibition game for Hamilton. Meanwhile, his former team, the Cleveland Browns, they got this DB. Never heard of him before, but his name's Demarius Randall. And he tweeted out there, hey, if you retweet this tweet, and if Cleveland wins the NBA championship, I'll buy everyone a jersey. What? If LeBron James and the Cavaliers can do it, I'll buy everyone a jersey. So, Jeff, we did the math. At about $100 a pop.
And there are just about 900,000 people.
Retweets, right? Yes. 900,000 retweets. And if each jersey costs $100, how much money is he going to spend on jerseys for everyone who retweeted it?
Oh, $90 million. I think he's put himself in the hole quite a bit.
And I think his salary is only like $4 million.
Well, he better become a better player, because $90 million, I'm sure a lot of people are going to want to, if by some chance LeBron does pull off the upset Are people going to go after him? Because I retweeted, you retweeted.
I'm going to get a jersey.
I
retweeted it. I want one.
I'm going to fly to Cleveland to pick up my jersey.
Does it have to be a LeBron jersey or a Cavaliers jersey?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it'll be a Cleveland Brown jersey. Maybe it will be his jersey. Maybe it'll be a Demarius Randall jersey.
That's a lot of money. There's no way he follows through on this.
There's no way he can.
No way. He's $95 million in the hole based on his salary. And the retweets continue to climb.
So the deal is, would he, and I have a really hard time with this.
See, he has a lot of faith that the Cavaliers are going to lose in the NBA Finals. And I'm with him. But that's how confident he is that Golden State's going to win, that Cleveland's going to choke. That he went out there. But he's a Cleveland Brown. Yeah, exactly. That's his city. That's his city. It's messed up. It's messed up on a lot of levels.
By some chance, Cleveland does win, and people don't get their jerseys. Well, people are litigious. They'll sue. They will sue to get those jerseys.
Yeah.
Because this is viral. This isn't.
And he can't delete the tweet.
No.
I mean, I did a screen grab of it. There's screenshots of it everywhere. You owe me, bro. Look at this.
He's going to owe me a jersey.
Man. All right, so our guy, Sua Cravens, the pride of Vista Marietta High School, he jumped in there, too.
What?
Of course he did.
Is it too late for me to read?
No, do it, Greg.
Keep doing it.
Right now.
You can.
Right now.
Everyone.
Demarius Randall.
Get a jersey.
Find him.
What does Sua Cravens say?
All right. Sua Cravens, one of our favorites on the show. Everything he tweets is gold. Sua Cravens on Twitter said, if the Cavs win, everyone who retweets this, I'll buy them a new toothbrush and toothpaste for they stink-ass breath.
What's wrong?
That's what he said. I'm just reading it. I wouldn't talk like that myself.
What's wrong with you,
Hashtag
Sua?
Petty Sue.
Whatever.
With an emoji of a laughing, crying face. So
he's crazy.
He's messing around with people. But you know what? I retweeted it anyways because who couldn't use a new toothbrush and toothpaste? Everybody could, right?
I could.
Just in case if Sue was really going to hold up his end of the bargain. Now I get a new jersey and a new toothbrush and toothpaste.
Nice.
But the Cavaliers, they got to win.
Yes, and I don't see that happening.
No, they're not going to win. Golden State's going to win this thing. So if you're out there, find Demarius Randall like Greg Holla is doing right now on Twitter. Retweet it. This guy's going to be in the hole. Probably at least $100 million once it's all said and done.
People are going to keep retweeting.
In fact, I saw this. It's the most retweeted tweet by an NFL player of all time.
Oh, it's going to be the most retweeted tweet of all time, and regardless of football or anything else, he is going to break records because he's got quite a while to do this.
I'm trying to find that stat where I had. Here it is. Okay, so the previous record for the most retweeted tweet by an NFL player, it belonged to a Lions punter named Sam Martin for a great cause because he said whoever retweeted his tweet, he would donate 6 pounds of dog food to the Hurricane Harvey victims, and he had over 600,000. Well, Demarius Randall shattered that because now he's over 900,000?
Over 900,000.
Yeah, so it's not even close now.
Wait a sec. The last case, did you say 6 pounds of dog food?
Yeah, but to everyone, but he said he put a cap on it. I guess he came back and said, okay, I'll do it up to $10,000.
Holy
Once
cow.
I've reached $10,000 worth of dog food, I'm out. I'm tapping out.
I guess so. I was thinking, where's 6 pounds?
But there's no stipulation. There's no addition to this tweet by Demarius Randall. There's no well, if this happens, then I'm out of it. There's no loopholes.
What a dummy.
No loopholes for Demarius Randall.
Dummy. Great dummy.
All right, when we come back here on the Inland Sports Show, we will continue our tour of the CIF Southern Section baseball and softball championship games are coming up Friday and Saturday. The head coach of the Wildcats, your Rev softball team, Debbie Garcia, joins us next as we get you all set for the D3 Finals. We'll be back at your favorite show, the Inland Sports Show, on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM.
Focus on the customer here. Believe it or not, that is the biggest thing for customers on an oil change. They just want the convenience of coming in, driving in, getting it done and driving out. We just greet them, get them going, and they're done in about 10 minutes or so. We don't push any sales on them. We do the oil change, and I think that's what sets us apart is our customer service. Vacuumed and cleaned your windshield for you as well. Everything's looking pretty good. You come into us one time, believe me, we'll spoil you and you'll be ready to come back the next time.
So how you guys doing? My name is Coach Ray Bass. We're here at the Boost Performance Center today, and here with the one and only Pep Fernandez, and we're going to go over a real basic vertical jump. All right, we're going to teach you guys the technique and its progression. This is a great drill for really any sports. Really emphasizes pure power production through the hips, and power is really important for basically any type of athlete, whether you're a football player, track, soccer, basketball. You know, we all want to be powerful, strong athletes, so we're going to go over that today. All right, so first things first, I'm going to have Jacob go ahead and stand with his feet underneath his hips. So you want to have your toes pointed forward. You want your feet to be about hip width, all right? He's going to have his shoulders flexed, all right, in front of his body. So his arms up in front. Okay, now, the most important part here is what's called a counter movement. And what that is I'm going to throw my shoulders back into extension, all right? I'm going to flex my hips, all right? So the shoulders are going to be flexed, and the hips are going to, the shoulders are going to be extended and the hips are going to be flexed, all right? And then we follow that up with shoulder flexion and hip extension. It's got to be really fast, all right? So right now, I'm just going to show you the first phase of that. So Jacob, I want you to drop your hips into flexion. I want you to throw your arms back into extension when I say go. Ready? Go. Right there. So come up. That's the most important movement there. So after that, it's the landing, all right? So we want to get as high as we can. As I go up, I want to extend through my hips, through my knees, I want my toes pointed up. And when we land, I'm going to land back into that hip flexion, arms extended, and I want to stick the landing, all right? So we're going to go over it now. So now we're going to actually jump here, Jacob. I want to see that counter movement. Go ahead and walk a little bit closer to the hurdle here. We're going to extend on the way up. As we elevate, extend through the hips and the knees, stick the landing, throw the arms into extension. Here we go. Ready? On you.
Thank God, first of all. I thank the great people that I've got around me that help support me, the people that work for me. As I started, if it wasn't for the people around me, we probably wouldn't be here right now, but I've got a great staff. I've got great people that do stuff for us outside the store, and we've been very, very fortunate. Our service is impeccable, and we just keep trying to get better every year. We can do online stuff for your teams, as well as, like I said, the screen printing, the embroidery. We also have 3 women that do extra sewing for us, like tackle tool on uniforms, or the bling or rhinestones for different shirts for the ladies. That's why we have certain racks just for certain schools, and the fun about that is that it turns into other schools that may come in here that aren't as close, that we can do stuff for them as well. We've had very, very good customers throughout the years, and it's just been a blast.
listening to Fox Sports, home of the Rancho Cucamonga Quakes.
We are Fox Sports! From the Cold Star Ice Studios, it's Fox Sports IE, 1350 AM, KPWK, Riverside.
You take the blue pill, the story ends. You wake up in your bed and believe whatever you want to believe. You take the red pill, you stay in Wonderland, and I show you how deep the rabbit hole goes.
We're back to the Inland Sports Show. Here are your hosts, Pep Fernandez and Jeff Corum.
And welcome back to the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE, 1350 AM. We are here every single day from 3 to 6 p.m. Make sure you follow us on Twitter at Inland_Sports. We're on Instagram as well. We're always brought to you by Spoiled. Quick quality oil change. Spoil yourself. Spoil your car every 3,000 or 5,000 miles. Get in there. You're overdue. You need an oil change. Go to Spoiled. Quick quality oil change. All right, right now, we are going to the Spoiled Quick Quality Oil Change Celebrity Hotline. She's a big-time celebrity now because she's going straight to the CIF Southern Section Championship game in Division III. It's the head coach of the Redlands East Valley softball team, Debbie Garcia. Coach Garcia, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great, thank you.
Hey, listen, this is the first time that Rev has made it to the finals. Is that correct?
It is definitely the first time.
So how exciting is this to be making school history along the way, although I know there's one more win that you guys really want to get to bring that championship home back, but how special has this journey been so far as you have made school history?
It's been an emotional roller coaster. I mean, it's been something that we've been working for from the very beginning, and the girls just put it all together, and we're taking this journey together one game at a time.
We're talking with Debbie Garcia, the head coach of the Redlands East Valley softball team. Rev will take on West Torrance Friday, 6:30 at Deanna Manning Stadium in Irvine for that D3 title. Coach, you guys have been rolling along here. What have you guys been doing well? Because you've had some dominant wins, including here in the playoffs.
You know, I think our biggest thing is we've been playing together, and we have just enjoyed what we're doing, embracing everything that we have, and focused on hitting. We come to our home away from home, and we're not at our home field. We're here at Fighting Academy, always hitting at these stages over here. They've welcomed us and given us a place to come and hit as many times as often as we want. And we've set goals for ourselves, and we've got one more to attain now.
Coach, what do we know, or what do you know about West Torrance, and what should we be looking for when we go watch this game on Friday?
It's going to be a battle till the last inning. We played them actually when we were out in Vegas, and we did not have our best game against them, but that's no excuse there. He's an outside pitcher, but we're ready. We've done our homework. We're making sure we're taking care of everything that we need to take care of to come out with that W on Friday.
Coach, you know, we had you guys in studio not too long ago, a couple of weeks ago, and you knew this was a special group if you could put it all together. You feel like this team has gotten better and better as the season progressed, and hopefully you'll play your best softball of the season come Friday night.
Oh, they have definitely. They are peaking at the right time. I couldn't ask for anything more from these girls. They are doing what they need to do. They are reaching for that top, and they're not looking back.
We're talking with Debbie Garcia, the head softball coach at Redlands East Valley. Rev will play for a CIF Southern Section D3 title on Friday night at 6:30. So, Coach, we got practice today, obviously a practice on Thursday before Friday. These last couple practices of the season, you know, as the head coach, I know you've got some special seniors. You try to enjoy the moment as well, even like something as simple as a practice?
Yeah, we embraced everything we have. Today we decided to do our hitting at 5 plus. Tomorrow we'll have lunch together. Then we'll do our defense and offense at our field. Friday we'll have lunch again together, and then we'll take that bus ride down to Irvine.
Now, Coach, you know, you guys are right in the middle of graduation. A lot of stuff going around on campus. How do you keep your young ladies focused? Because I'm sure you have seniors that are looking to get out of school here. But how do you keep them focused as a coach, especially for the CIF championship?
You know what? I think I'm pretty lucky. I don't have to keep them focused. They're already focused because they have a goal. and they ask for extra practices. They ask to make sure we're doing things together. They want to continue this journey all the way to the end, so graduation is the first thing from their minds right now.
Hey, Coach, you've been around softball for a long time. Have you ever been part of a championship team as a player, as a coach, assistant coach, any sort?
No, not really. This is the furthest I've ever gone. So, I've had opportunities, but this team right here is probably my first.
What was special about this year's team? Because, we see a lot of softball and we see a lot of great teams, but just because you have a lot of talent on paper doesn't automatically mean you're going to win a championship. So if you were going to try to describe it or put it into words, what made this year's team that special?
A lot of team bonding off the field. We don't just go to practice and go to games. We have events where they can get to know each other off the field. They have dinners, just different events that they have to do together. And it just helps them to know each other inside and out and know when someone's having a bad day. And what they do now is they just pick each other up. If someone's struggling at the plate or on the field, they pick that person up by the next person doing their job.
Now, I've never been a head coach. The closest I've ever coached to anything was like my daughter playing like U6 soccer. But I'm just curious, going to a CIF championship game, Coach, are you pre-planning like what you might say to the girls right before they take the diamond for that championship game? Do you try to come up with something motivating, something inspirational that they will, embrace the moment but not be overwhelmed by the moment of playing in a championship game? Do you try to come up with it, or do you just go out there and just, start speaking from the heart and let the girls know that, hey, you love them, you trust them, and they're going to have a shot to win a CIF title here?
You know what? It's all from the heart, and it's like yesterday, after our win yesterday, I was crying because I was so emotional with how excited I am for these girls and the work that they put in and everything that they have overcome, that everything we say is right from the heart. We say what's there, and they all embrace everything we have to say.
Yeah, that was a big win against Don Lugo, and you guys, making it look easy. You guys have had some big wins here, and, we talked about the fact that, this is a team, and when you guys came in studio, you like this team, the chemistry, the bonding between the teammates, which, we described here. But that Don Lugo game and some of these other playoff games were some big wins. Are you even maybe taken aback a little, or even a little surprised of just how dominant this Rev team has been?
I'm not going to lie, it was a little nerve-wracking when it was early in the game. It's around the fourth inning when we were only up to 2-1. But even when they got a runner on, I can look out at my girls on the field, and they just look confident. They don't look panicked. They don't look like, oh, what are we going to do next? Even after the one young girl got a home run, it was like no big deal. Hey, we just got to get out of the inning, and we got out of the inning. We came back, and we scored a few more the next inning. So they play confident, not panicked, and that keeps me a little bit under control.
All right, that's Redlands East Valley head softball coach Debbie Garcia leading the Wildcats to their first ever berth in the CIF Southern Section Championship game. It's Division III. They will take on West Torrance, 6:30 down there at Deanna Manning Stadium in Irvine. Coach, we really appreciate the time, and of course, best of luck on Friday. Bring that title back to the IE.
Thank you.
All right, thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
All right, that's Debbie Garcia, the head softball coach at Redlands East Valley, joining us live on the Inland Sports Show here on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM. Jeff, we've talked about this before. The IE is a hotbed for softball. We've got a lot of great teams in different sports. Of course, football. We got teams winning CIF titles in football all over the place, going to play for state titles. Baseball, that's evident. Track and field. We got great track and field with Great Oak and Vista Murrieta and Rancho Verde, some of those schools. But of all the sports, the sport that the IE owns the most is probably softball. We are so good at softball across the board.
Yeah, and you look at UC Riverside, California Baptist University. We've talked to their head coaches, and they've all said the same thing. They want to keep these local kids or local young ladies in the IE. They want them to go to UC Riverside. They want them to go to CBU, because you look at all of the good programs across the country. You have girls that are playing for Oklahoma that are just down the street. We have girls that are playing all over UCLA, Cal. It is a hotbed, and I will say this, the best players in the entire country have all come out of the Inland Empire. Taylor Dawkins last year, National Player of the Year. We've had several success stories like that, and Rev is no exception. They have Eve Harvey, who's one of the best pitchers in the area.
Thank you for bringing her up.
She is phenomenal, and she's going to continue to play after high school. She's a senior, and I think she wants to go out with the CIF championship as well. But Debbie Garcia has had herself a great season. That they've been exited in the first round of the playoffs the last 3 years. It's nice to see them get beyond that and possibly get their first CIF championship.
Yeah, Eve Harvey has been unbelievable. If they can win the D3 title on Friday night, she's going to stake a claim as one of the favorites to win our Marines Recruiting Station Riverside Athlete of the Week award. Shelby Arbiter is a big-time slugger for Rev. I believe she's going to Cal Baptist University, so that goes back to what you were saying, that a lot of these high school softball stars in the IE, because, again, this is a hotbed, they're trying to get them to stay right here. CBU, UC Riverside, you know what I mean? So it's working. The gals don't have to go very far, and they can play a very high level of Division I college softball. And from Division I, we got North and Division V, all different levels. The IE is dominant in high school softball, and it's fun to see. To see these girls go up against, maybe we'll say the private Orange County schools. How about that?
Yes.
Some of these private,
the Trinity League.
The Trinity League specifically, these private Orange County schools who have a ton of resources and money, and they seem to be good at everything. But we got these scrappy, gritty teams out here in the Inland Empire, and in terms of softball, we're the best. We always have teams in the finals.
You think about it. Just down the street here from the studio, we have Grand Terrace. Grand Terrace has been a dominant fixture in softball for years.
Yeah, they just got here, and from the day they came onto this planet, Grand Terrace was great at softball.
And you think about the history. North making their first CIF run under Don Phelps, been there a long time. But Santiago was fantastic for years under Coach John Perez when they were awesome.
I remember Santiago playing Norco for the Division I championship. It was not only all Inland Empire, it was all Big 8 championship. It was all about the IE.
You look Corona, Norco, everybody in that league. Now King, everybody is dominant in the West, out here in the West. And that's where everybody's coming out to recruit. Florida's coming out here. Texas is coming out here. Those are normally the areas where all of these softball players came from. But you look at the best players and the best team in the country, and most of them are IE players.
Yeah, if you flip on your TV and you're watching, like the softball college World Series or the super regionals.
And there's a game on all day, every day.
And they all have IE players.
All of them do.
Florida, Arkansas, Tennessee, Oklahoma. You name it. Michigan, IE girls on all these college teams. We just got a wealth of talent here, and it's really exciting. So hopefully we'll have several, hopefully all of them, winning CIF championships this weekend down there in Irvine. The Inland Sports Show is brought to you by Boost Performance Training with Coach Ray Bass. In fact, he does softball too. Go out there, get stronger, get faster, get all those Letterman's, the Letterman's jacket with all the CIF patches. You could be the best on your team. You could be all CIF. You could be the fastest runner, jump the highest. If you go to Boost Performance Training in Corona with Coach Ray Bass, follow them on Instagram, follow them on Twitter. Hey, speaking of Twitter, Kobe Bryant tweeted out to a local high school basketball coach. I couldn't believe my own eyes because we love Kobe Bryant on this show. So we're going to celebrate Kobe, and we're going to talk how he tweeted at a local high school basketball coach, and for good reason, and also more on LiAngelo Ball.
LiAngelo? Why are we talking about that guy?
Future Laker.
Is it going to be willed into existence by LeVar?
The middle ball is a future Laker.
He is never going to be a Laker. He's never, ever going to be signed, drafted, or even sniff the NBA.
Pep, get that shoe soup ready.
Yeah, shoe soup, man.
There is no way.
We
have a bet going on here in the studio.
Slurp it up.
That if LiAngelo Ball gets
the middle ball
gets drafted, I'm going to drink some, eat some.
What if he signs with the Lakers to go to summer league?
No,
he's
got to play in the NBA. He's got to remember it was the rules. He has to be drafted. Our guy Steven said that he was going to be drafted. There is no way in hell he's going to be drafted. And why would you?
Shoe soup.
There you go, shoe soup.
All right, so Kobe Bryant tweeting to a coach in the IE and future Laker LiAngelo Ball. When we come back, it's the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM.
Here are your hosts, Pep Fernandez and Jeff Gorham.
Ooh-wee, that chocolate's good. I need a little pick-me-up. 423 around the Inland Empire right now. We appreciate you joining us on your favorite show. It's the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM. Please help us spread the word. Tell everybody you know. Say, I love the Inland Sports Show, and I'm proud of it. It's the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM every single day, 3 to 6 p.m. So it's not like a one-time deal. I mean, we're here every single day, for better or for worse. We're here.
Always here.
Always. Talking Inland Empire sports and all the big national headlines, NBA, NFL, Dodgers, Halos, all the good stuff. And it's brought to you by Ken Sporting Goods. More than 40 years in the Inland Empire, providing you with all of your sporting gear needs. That's 4 decades. That's a long time because they're doing it right. From baseball helmets to football helmets, batting gloves, soccer balls, cleats. They do team sales, so big orders. That's all good. They can hook it all the way up. Ken Sporting Goods, more than 40 years, right here in the IE. All right. You want to start? Do we start with Kobe or future Laker LiAngelo Ball? Which one do you want first?
I don't know. Let's go with Kobe Bean Bryant.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
All right. So, Coach Davis, basketball coach at Orange Vista High School. In fact, we met him. Were you out there? You were out there. We did Orange Vista versus Rialto football.
That's right. I
live.
was the sideline reporter.
You were the sideline reporter. Who had the call? It was
Hatch and Cullen.
Cullen Holt and Tim Hatch had the call. You were the sideline reporter. I was just directing behind the scenes.
But remember,
minding my own business.
But do you remember what you and I were doing that night during the football game while they were on air and I was? Do you remember?
I think we were watching the Mayweather-McGregor fight.
Yes, we were.
That was right. That was that same night.
You and I were looking on our phones and finding all these different ways to watch the fight while I was on the sideline.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was.
That's right. You interviewed guys on the sideline, didn't you?
Yeah, I did.
Did you interview Greg Zomal?
Yeah, because remember he was my lived on my floor at Cal. I wanted to say
that's
something.
right. You're both Cal Golden Bears.
Yeah, I wanted to say something to him, but no, I interviewed his mom.
Oh, his mom. That's right. Your mom. Yeah.
I interviewed everybody.
She's awesome. She's one of the best.
Yeah, that was fun. That was a fun time though.
But when we were at that game, we met the head basketball coach, Coach Davis, out there at Orange Vista High School, the new school. The game was at Rancho Verde, but they don't have Orange Vista was still working on a stadium, so they're playing at Rancho Verde High School. We met Coach Davis. Coach Davis tweeted at Kobe Bryant on Twitter. This was his tweet right here. My daughter's graduation cap that she will wear at her grad ceremony from the University of Laverne next weekend. She says it helped her overcome adversities and has a picture of her cap for her cap and gown. And it says, Mamba mentality, has Kobe on it. So Kobe got wind of this and wrote him back because Kobe Bryant's a good guy and he's a man of the people.
I love Kobe.
Good guy.
Good guy. Hashtag Mamba mentality. Put the hands together. Praying to the Lord. Hashtag congrats. So Kobe Bryant giving a shout out right here to the fine folks of the IE because he hangs out at the YMCA in Redlands all the time.
Yeah, explain this to me. You mentioned that yesterday.
His wife has family out there.
She's hot. She's a good-looking version of a Kardashian. Better version. A good-looking.
That looks like less drama, but she's probably drama behind the scenes.
I don't know. Come on, man. She's married to Kobe Bean Bryant, man.
Exactly.
There's no drama there.
But there's no reality show, which I appreciate. They're not hawking their kids around to make money. I appreciate that. So family-wise, outside of that one little incident in Colorado, outside of that, he's a good guy.
I forgot.
He's a good guy. Good family.
Hey, but
shout out to Kobe. Mamba mentality. Jeff, what does Mamba mentality mean to you? Describe that to me. What is that?
It means that you are fighting, stealing, beating, doing whatever you can to get your better of your opponent. You don't ever take your foot off the gas, and you hurt your opponents by being better. And I think that has always been Kobe's mainstay. We could talk to Tracy Murray tomorrow about this.
Does he know Kobe?
He knows. In fact, he coached Kobe. So he was with him in practice every day, saw how hard he worked.
Win at all costs.
Kobe Bryant is one of those guys that there was always stories of Larry Legend you'd show up at Boston Garden And Larry, you show up 3 hours early, and Larry Legend would be running around the top of the arena. And all the players would come in. They say, why is Larry Bird running full speed around the arena? Then he would go down and shoot 1,000 shots before the game. I think the Mamba mentality, I think Kobe Bryant brought that to the next level as far as lifting. He was the first guy to nutrition and strength. A lot like LeBron James. LeBron James spends $1 million a year on strength and conditioning and nutrition. But Kobe Bryant was the first guy to really take that Larry Bird mentality to the next level with nutrition, strength. You saw the first time guys lifting weights. Michael Jordan started lifting, but the nutrition wasn't there. Michael Jordan was a notorious guy that smoked cigars and drank and ate. Drank like a fish and ate like a madman.
He lived hard, didn't he?
Lived
like
hard.
Gambling, drinking,
Yes.
cigars.
But Kobe Bryant was the guy that didn't live hard. LeBron James, similar to that, doesn't live hard. LeBron enjoys wine, but Kobe was the guy that toughness.
Now LeBron was like partying in Vegas all the time.
Yeah, well, in his younger days, he did. But now a guy spends $1 million a year on nutrition and strength and conditioning. But the Mamba mentality is his new book, How I Play. It comes out October 23rd.
Wait, hold on. Is he just pushing his new book?
Yes,
I thought he was
is.
just trying to be nice.
We'll get you a cover. We'll get you a copy, Pep.
Oh.
I know
The
you'll like to
Mamba
read it.
mentality.
Okay, hold
How
on.
I Play comes out October 23rd.
Oh, he was just making a plea to buy his book.
We're
I
gonna
thought
get
he
you
was
the
being
book.
nice.
Hey.
You get me the book?
Yeah.
There's
I'll
intros
read
from
it.
Pau Gasol, Phil Jackson, and it's really a
And
company.
Devin George.
And, no Devin George. No.
Van Exel?
You know what? You're
Shannon
besmirching.
Brown. What?
You're besmirching. You turned into something nice.
Why
and
would
then
I?
you turned because you're a
Brown.
king.
Why would I
You're
hate
a
on
Sacramento
Kobe?
king. I really dislike. You know what? This is drawing a wedge in our friendship. Do not besmirch Kobe Bean Bryant. He is my hero, my basketball hero, not my life hero, my basketball hero.
Hashtag Mamba mentality. Buy my books beginning next Friday at all bookstores around near
October
you.
23rd at a bookstore near you. The Mamba mentality.
Well, one day I can feel this, that LiAngelo Ball's going to be writing books about his rise to stardom. All the haters who wanted to hate, Jeff Gorham, Greg Holla, the middle ball's going to write a book one day, My Life as the Middle Ball. And it's going to go to number 1. Because he's going to talk about his rise to stardom, how he made the Lakers.
I already know the name of the book.
Uh-oh, do you? Do I want to hear this?
How I Stole Your Heart.
So LiAngelo Ball, the middle ball, he had a workout with the Lakers. That's the first step in getting drafted or signed, or at least being added to the summer league team. Something. Something's there.
Okay, if he was
He might be in the G League.
No, he'll never be in the G League. If you were going to work, if
Never.
NBA teams work guys out, and I was around it, I saw it.
You did it.
Yeah, you work out guys one-on-one, one player. The Lakers brought in Grayson Allen,
Brandon
last week.
Ingram. You worked out Brandon Ingram, Buddy Hield.
We didn't bring in 5 or 6 guys. And
Why?
Because you want to watch that one player. LiAngelo Ball was on a court. There were 4 courts going on at one time. LiAngelo Ball was one of the 4 courts.
Wait, are you telling me
There was more than
they
one
were
player.
not watching LiAngelo Ball very closely?
I'm sure they were watching LiAngelo Ball, but there were 3 other guys in the gym that were working out as well besides LiAngelo Ball.
But they were probably all focused on the middle ball, right?
I think, Lonzo came and watched the workout. Lonzo was there with, I don't know if his dad was there, but Lonzo's there. You know, I think they're doing a service to Lonzo, but let's be honest, man, he can't play. In fact, Zion Williamson, the guy who's
The high school kid who's unbelievable.
who's going to Duke, one of the highest leapers in the world. You know, he's built like a man-child. Made a little bit of fun of Jello Ball.
He
and
did?
his workout with the Lakers. He reenacted the dunks that he did. There was 3 dunks that Jello Ball did.
I didn't know about this. No, go ahead.
So Zion Williamson, he said that Jello had dead legs. So he reenacted
Jello legs?
Yeah, he had Jello had
Okay.
dead legs.
Okay.
That was the caption he shared, and then reenacted all 3 dunks. He did the first dunk was a self lob behind the back jam. They threw it off the.
Is that impressive to you, Jeff? You're a guy that used to dunk a lot in your day.
I could jump higher than Jello, but I couldn't jump higher as Zion Williamson. So the first one he does, he almost pulls the rim down. The second dunk, another self lob, he grabbed it with his left hand and was elbow high. And then he made fun of him, said Jell-O clearly has the hops. And then went out and did a third one that nobody could do other than Zion Williamson.
Wait, was he doing dunks at the Lakers workout?
No, he was doing it in his own practice facility back at his home. But he reenacted the entire workout that they showed on ESPN or whomever carried it. So a lot of laughter. I don't think anybody is taking this too seriously.
But remember what LeVar Ball said.
He's going to will it.
If all three of his sons are not on the Lakers, he's going to take all three and put them on an NBA team that will take all three.
I think the Kings will.
No, the Kings have a brain. Not a very good one, but they've got one.
No, there is no way. And I think because he is a name, I think you don't want to deal with LeVar Ball, or Larry as we call him. I don't think you want to deal with him. So I think these teams are doing, it's basically giving them a hand, saying, hello, you can try out, but we're probably not going to take it.
All right, we're talking Lakers. We're talking LeVar Ball. Let's go to the Inland Sports Hotline. We've opened it up for the people. Welcome to the Inland Sports Show. Who's this?
This is Desert Dan.
Desert Dan. Welcome to the Inland Sports Show. Desert Dan, what's on your mind today here in the IE?
I'm calling because I heard that this was the monkey poop slinging show of record.
It is. That's Jeff's beat.
Yeah,
that's his thing.
Hey, I'm telling you, I don't like the little monkeys. They scare me. I don't like poo flingers. I'm very, very, very fearful of the mini monkey.
I feel real sorry for those that did not happen to listen to the first 5 minutes of the show who are completely wigging out right now, trying to figure out what the heck is Desert Dan talking about.
Well, Desert Dan, every show we try to start off on a light mood. Maybe has nothing to do with sports. And right before we went on the air, we were in the studio, we were ready to go, and somehow we got on the subject of this little monkey biting Jeff Gorham. Jeff Gorham is a large man, but this little monkey brought him to tears because it bit him.
It bit me hard, bit my thumb. Thought it was.
So did this bite Jeff or Rich Jeff? That's what I'm concerned about.
No, this was pre-Rich Jeff. This was Schwinn banana seat with a little bell on his handlebars. Jeff. I was somewhat rich in thought, but never very rich. I had Chuck Taylors on, and I remember the day. I remember having that green grape and running out of grapes, and that thing just jumped up my bike and bit the hell out of me.
Jeez.
Desert Dan, do you think LiAngelo Ball will play for the Lakers one day?
No, I think that I'm a long-suffering Phoenix Suns fan, so my thought process is that he will probably be the number one pick by Phoenix because they can't do any dumber things than they already do. So I'm under the firm belief that the Suns will probably trade the first pick in the NBA draft for a bag of tortilla chips. And
you love your Suns, I could tell.
Right. Well, I mean, I've yet to see anything to prove me wrong yet. So I'm really hoping that Ryan McDonough and the Suns leadership gets their heads up firmly out of their keisters. But then again, that team was run by a Colangelo, and we know where that's at.
Oh,
right
now.
Yeah.
Burner accounts. Yeah, we were talking about that too. Hey, Desert Dan, who do you have in the NBA Finals? Do you like the Cavaliers or do you like Golden State?
Well, the Cavaliers have an interesting setup. I think that the Warriors are probably the best team on the court, top to bottom. There's no question that the difference between who their substitutions are and who they have on the first team, there's almost no difference. There's great play all around. You can see that when Cleveland was really dragging towards the end part of that seventh game there against Boston, but I'm thinking the Warriors win, and Oakland will have another opportunity to push the homeless people into San Francisco for a day for the parade, and then they can all come back across the bridge. So.
Oakland's beautiful. What are you talking about? And did you say the Cavaliers?
The Cavaliers.
The Cavaliers, yes.
Hey, didn't you think that LeBron looked extremely exhausted after this last series?
He looked old.
Oh, there's no question. I mean, Boston worked his backside off. I'm telling you, it's a tough series, and he's not getting any younger. There's no question about it.
Now, do you think? And here's the latest rumor out of the NBA is that LeBron James is thinking about possibly retiring for a year because there aren't really any good setup places for him to go and win a championship next year. They're saying that he might sit out a year and let all of those expiring contracts and what do you call them? The
Cadavaliers.
The Cadavaliers.
That was great.
All of those guys' contracts are going to be off the books a year from now. What are your thoughts? Do you think LeBron should sit out a year and come back to Cleveland?
My thought process is that I think that I've also heard rumors, Jeff, that he would sit out the year, but that he's going to be the first $1 trillion player in China. So
that wouldn't be bad.
Yeah, in China, yeah.
He probably wouldn't have to play 48 minutes a game.
No.
And he could probably walk down the floor, and they probably would still cheer him on and love him. That's not a bad idea. Be the first trillionaire to go to China. Hey, if Richard Nixon could do it, LeBron James could do it.
That's exactly right, sir. And Rich Jeff would agree with that.
You're darn right. If I could be a trillionaire.
Desert Dan, you're the man. Hopefully we hear from you again.
Hey, I got one quick question for Jeff. Jeff, have you made the stop to Canal Auto Motors yet and picked up your van conversion with shag carpets?
Hey, I went down looking for it. There wasn't one creepy enough for me. I told you I want one that has the back doors that swing open really fast so that I can grab things. That sounds horrible. I mean, not children, but I can grab things.
So I got a really quick prediction.
Yeah.
2019, I'm telling you, soothsayer of looking in the crystal ball. 2019, the Mamba will win the Nobel Prize for Literature. I mean, I'm telling you, it's the last award remaining. A true Renaissance man, the Mamba.
Yes! I'm with you, baby!
Man, Desert Dan, I was totally on board with you until that one.
He is now he's not a triple threat. He is a quadruple threat. He's going to win every award imaginable.
Wrong.
Yeah.
Bye, Desert Dan.
Bye, Dan.
Bye.
That was wrong. He was great. He was a great caller until he got to the Kobe part.
Hey, I'm going to get myself a creepy van, though. That's all I think about.
Every day?
Every day.
All right, let's take a break. When we come back, we're going to jump back into the NBA because it's all over for the 76ers. It's all done. They're going downhill. We'll tell you why when we come back. It's your favorite show, the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM.
I played once upon a time at Centennial High School. I was actually on the first ever CIF championship team back in 2000, and then my senior year we won it again. I think that's my passion because I've done it. I know exactly where these athletes are at. I know what their mindset is right now. I know how hard it is to, number one, find a performance coach who can take you to the next level. What sets us apart has to be, how we work with our athletes and what we know. We can take an athlete and help them reach their athletic potential, help them, prevent injuries, help get them stronger. I know every single athlete who steps into this gym. I know exactly where they're at, and I'm going to progress them every week. If you're not getting results, then, what's it about? We're going to deliver something that's measurable, in terms of speed, power, strength, agility.
We're a small family-owned, strive for quality pre-owned vehicles. We're not a volume dealer, and we take every deal as personal to us. We're a low-stress environment. We're not a pressure sales house. If you want to shop us, you're more than welcome to shop us. We have, like I said, great rates, competitive financing, a lot of one-owner, clean Carfax, clean title vehicles. As you see, we have Carfax everywhere. That's most important to us, to educate our customers before they make a purchase. We're right off of Ontario, right off a couple exits off the 15 freeway, off Cajalco, off El Cerrito, and we're right on the main drag going into Dos Logos and the crossings. We have great financing, we have great lenders that we're using. We do buy, sell, trade, cash for your car. Whatever we need to do to help accommodate the customer, that's what we're here for. We have a little bit of everything. We start at about $69.95 and go all the way up to $100,000. We have Escalades, we have commuters, we have pickup trucks, we have Jeeps, sport utilities, and if we don't have it, our specialty is finding you exactly what you're looking for.
Focus on the customer here. Believe it or not, that is the biggest thing for customers on an oil change. They just want the convenience of coming in, driving in, getting it done, and driving out. Just greet them, get them going, and they're done in about 10 minutes or so. We don't push any sales on them. We do the oil change, and I think that's what sets us apart is our customer service. Vacuumed and cleaned your windshield for you as well. Everything's looking pretty good. Come into us one time, believe me, we'll spoil you and you'll be ready to come back the next time.
Show. Here are your hosts, Pep Fernandez and Jeff Gorham.
And we are back on the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM. This will be a short and sweet segment because we are making way for Ralph Grajeda, the head coach of the Yucaipa baseball team. The T-Birds will be playing for a CIF Southern Section Championship Saturday at Cal State Fullerton. So we're going to talk to him in about 12, 13 minutes. We're brought to you by Catalano Motors in Corona off of Temescal Canyon Road. They've got everything at Catalano Motors, and you're going to save thousands of dollars. Everything but a big van with shag carpet and no windows. Everything but that.
An easy door.
Sports car, awesome SUV, like big baller status. All of it. All at Catalano Motors. You're going to save thousands. Ask for the weekly special. You will not be disappointed. Catalano Motors in Corona off of Temescal Canyon Road. And please visit the website, catalanocars.com. So go take a peek, see what they got, and then you go to the car lot. All right. Jeff, I know you're big on relationship advice.
I am.
You like to give advice about...
I've only been married 6 times, Pep. 6 times.
So you should know. More than anybody else.
Oh, yeah, I'm a professional.
You should know. All right, so our boy Ben Simmons, who is the godson of UC Riverside head basketball coach David Patrick, which David Patrick probably thinks, man, that's how I get introduced all the time, right?
Every time.
I'm David Patrick,
Do we
the
introduce him
Godfather.
tomorrow, is that? And his brother, do we say Liam?
Oh, yeah, Ben Simmons' brother's going to be here.
Liam?
Do we ask Liam Simmons about his brother?
You're damn right we do.
Because he's making headlines.
He is?
Ben Simmons, who we love with all our hearts.
Yes.
Is going out with a Kardashian.
What? Are you kidding me?
Kendall Jenner, if we can be more specific.
I thought she was going out with Blake Griffin.
She was.
What happened to that guy?
She's a man-eater. She ate him up and tossed him to the side. She threw him to Detroit, where he's going to be lost forever, and she's on to Ben Simmons.
Oh, no, the Kardashian curse, the a.k.a. hex on any man willing to get romantic with his sisters. They go to oblivion. Chris Humphries is dead. Tristan Thompson has been burned. And the Cavs are going to go through some crap because of the Kardashians. The Kardashian curse is real. There's too many guys that have
You know
dealt with
what?
them.
It's funny you say that. If you go Google Kardashian curse and all the athletes that they have ruined their careers, it's a real thing. And we love Ben Simmons with all our heart, but she's a man-eater.
Well, think of it this way. The Cavaliers have 2 guys on their team that have been cursed by the
Tristan
Kardashians.
Thompson and who?
Clarkson.
Oh, Jordan Clarkson.
Jordan
He did
Clarkson.
too?
He went out with Kendall. Kendall's been around the NBA.
Wait, Kendall Jenner, who's going out with Ben Simmons, was already with Jordan Clarkson and Blake Griffin?
And
another one?
They've been with everybody. Let me go through the list of cursed athletes. Jordan Clarkson was linked to Kendall in 2016, 2017. Blake Griffin, guess where he is?
I don't know.
You know, think about what town did he get traded to?
Detroit.
Yes, that's a curse. Anytime you end up in Detroit,
That's bad.
That's like going to hell. Blake Griffin's in hell. Odell Beckham Jr., he was linked to Chloe. Where's he? He's got bad hair and he's doing weird things on the Instagram. Miles Austin. Miles Austin dated Kim. Matt Kemp.
He's not even in the league anymore.
No.
Is he?
Matt
NFL.
Kemp. No, Matt Kemp, he came back. See, what happened is he got cleansed when he was left.
Holy water.
Yeah, Holy Water brought Matt Kemp back. Now he's okay, but he dated Chloe in 2013. Derek Ward dated Chloe.
Who?
Derek Ward. Whoever he is, some pro guy. Reggie Bush dated Kim for 4 years. He's a shell.
He's gone. He's done.
And Chris Humphries, like I said,
He might be in a gutter right now. We don't know.
Dead.
We have no idea where Chris Humphries is.
Oh, man, that curse is real. Think of it. Lamar Odom, he dated Chloe. Look at Lamar. Like I said yesterday, he was face down in a pile of his own vomit in a whorehouse. Those Kardashians are the worst. Ben Simmons, leave, my man. Ben,
and
leave.
This is what we're talking about off the air. There's several billion women on the planet.
Oh,
and if you're Ben Simmons,
just pick any of them.
star, you could have any woman.
Pick a homeless woman. Don't pick a Kardashian or a Jenner, for God's sakes.
You could go on Instagram and just click away.
Instagram is a hotbed for hot chicks. But I will say,
why go to Kendall Jenner?
Oh, Kendall Jenner.
If we could get Ben Simmons in studio, Jeff, would you give him relational advice?
I'm gonna dunk his ass in holy water and give him a cross. I'm telling you right now, if he comes in studio and we have Ben Simmons in here, I'm gonna hug him, I'm gonna kiss him on the cheek, and I'm gonna say, look, my man, you need to get the hell out, because guess what? If you end up taking this path, you're gonna meet the world's greatest athlete, and his name is Caitlyn Jenner. Caitlyn Jenner will be your brother or father or mother-in-law. Don't do it, Ben Simmons. Ben Simmons, please don't do it. develop a jump shot.
Wait, is this being reported by TMZ? Like, is this a done deal, or are they saying they've just been seen together?
There's pictures.
Oh, there's pictures too? Oh, I didn't know that.
And he dumped a really hot chick. Some girl that was a singer. She was a singer or a rapper, but she was really good looking. He's going out with...
Yeah, right, Greg Holland.
Yeah. And now he's going out with a Jenner. He's going out with a Jenner, which is a link to a Kardashian.
See, Jeff, a monkey bit his finger, and he's like losing his mind over here.
Oh,
I mean, it was 30 years ago or whatever happened.
I mean, the Kardashian curse is terrible. I'm really surprised that he would do this. Ben Simmons, be smarter than this, man. You look. I'm looking right now on the internet. It's nothing but undeniable examples of the Kardashian curse.
Did you search Kardashian curse?
It's all over. Lamar Odom struggled with addiction because he dated a Kardashian. Scott Disick, well, he's a loser too. Man, that whole entire family. Stop. Do not go out with a Kardashian.
There's still time.
No.
He's young. He's a young guy.
Oh.
He's a good guy.
Oh.
Go on Instagram, Ben. We'll help you. You come in studio, we'll help you.
Man.
Hey, we can play the dating game with Ben Simmons in studio.
Oh, there's
help
15.
him find. I'm sure there's lots of lovely ladies right here in the Inland Empire that would be perfectly great for Ben Simmons.
Odell Beckham Jr. I'm going to go through James Harden. Hey, Chloe went out with James Harden too.
Chloe did?
Yes.
She's bigger than him.
Yeah, that's the brother. That's the Kardashian brother went out with James Harden. Yeah, Khloe Kardashian went out. What happened to him? He was cursed. He was terrible.
He was stunk in the playoffs. He stunk.
Okay, Cristiano Ronaldo. Did you know he went out with Kardashian?
Cristiano Ronaldo did not.
Yes, he did.
With
in
who?
2010, he went out with Kim.
No.
Yes. Matt Kemp went out with Khloe Kardashian. Jordan Clarkson ruined himself.
What's wrong with these guys? There's like 3 billion women on the planet.
Oh, Reggie Bush.
Maybe more. There's probably like 4 billion.
Des Bryant, Miles Austin.
Jeff, I know you're very upset.
Tristan Thompson.
We got to take a break.
No, Rick Fox went out with her too. Rick Fox hasn't been seen in years.
No.
He might be dead.
The only time you see him is like on those Lifetime sappy movies.
Chandler Parsons went out with Kendall Jenner. How many NBA players has she gone out with?
No
Chandler
idea.
Parsons. She's gone out with Chris Humphries. He's dead. Derek Ward. He was the running back for the Jets.
I don't even know who that guy is.
He's dead.
So
Rashad McCants.
So mostly they're NBA players in NFL and a couple of major
leaguers, but they don't make enough money. Rashad McCants gave up basketball for Khloe to become an actor. He hasn't acted in crap. Julian Brooks. Have you ever heard of this guy?
No.
He's a football stand-up 3-star recruit. He went out with Kendall Jenner in high school, and he went to Sierra Canyon High School, or Sierra Canyon. Guess what happened to him?
Is he alive?
He's missing. No one knows. He hasn't been seen ever again. He was recruited by Utah State, UCLA, everybody. Haven't been seen since. And Lamar Odom, we all know what happened to him. Oh, don't do it, Ben Simmons. Stop.
All right, we come back here on the Inland Sports Show. The head baseball coach from Yucaipa, Ralph Grajeda, as we talk about the T-Birds.
Has he dated a Kardashian? If he has, they're not winning.
Hopefully not.
I'm going to ask him.
That's the first question?
Yes. Have you dated a Kardashian?
Do it.
Yes,
we'll be back. It's the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM.
award-winning Inland Sports Show with Pep Fernandez and Jeff Gorham.
Weekdays 3 to 6 p.m.
Your local sports leader in the Inland Empire. Fox Sports IE 1350.
This is Mike Linscott, the voice of your Rancho Cucamonga Quakes baseball team, proud affiliate of the Los Angeles Dodgers. Thanks for listening to Fox Sports, home of the Rancho Cucamonga Quakes.
We are Fox Sports!
This is the IE's home for sports. KPWK AM 1350, Riverside, San Bernardino, an iHeartRadio station.
Doesn't it look like I am ready? I am always ready. I have been ready since first call. I am ready. Roll.
We're back to the Inland Sports Show. Here are your hosts, Pep Fernandez and Jeff Gorham.
Now we're talking. Welcome back to the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM. We're brought to you by Spoiled, quick quality oil change. Spoil yourself and your car every 3,000 or 5,000 miles. Okay, who sings this, Jeff?
No, wait.
My exes live in Texas. The king. Trent Rush talked about this guy. This guy is the king of country.
I have no clue.
Let's go to the Spoiled quick quality oil change celebrity hotline. He is the head coach of the Yucaipa High School baseball team, and we're excited to have him on the show, the great Ralph Grajeda. Coach, how are you today?
I'm doing great. Hey, thanks for having me today.
Yeah, we're fired up. Listen, I don't know if you've heard the show. We were talking about the Kardashians. We don't spend a lot of time on the Kardashians.
Okay.
We're usually real nuts and bolts. We love baseball. But Jeff, my co-host over here, he wants to ask you a quick question before we get into T-Birds baseball.
Sure.
Coach, biggest question of the day. Have you ever dated a Kardashian?
I have not.
Yes!
I have not.
He's not cursed. You guys are going to win a title.
That.
You're going to win a title now.
Okay.
There's a curse going around. If you've dated a Kardashian, you don't do anything in your career. So Jeff just wanted to make sure because we want Yucaipa to win the whole thing on Saturday for the D2 title.
Based on that, I like my odds. Thank you.
He likes his odds. The odds are in Coach's favor here with the T-Birds.
Yeah.
Hey, Coach, congratulations. Man, what a season it's been for Yucaipa High School, especially considering, they had a long run, obviously, with Coach Stout. You come in, not only is the program in great hands, but you got them in a championship game. You guys will play for the D2 title on Saturday. What's this season been like as the head coach, your first year on the job out there in Yucktown?
I think the biggest thing was to continue the tradition that Coach Stout had laid down. He obviously did a great job there, Hall of Fame coach. And for me, and a lot of people in the community, Yucaipa is Baseball Town USA. So to continue that tradition, that was the first thing I wanted to do, was get the right staff, get the right mindset, and just get after it. And that's what we did.
It's been a great year. In fact, like you said, it's a great baseball town. I don't want to leave anybody out, but like Matt Davidson, the Taiwan Walkers of the world, they've had some great T-Birds even make it to the major leagues. But, Coach, I'm looking at your playoff run here in the CIF Southern section. Something about you guys having the flair for the dramatic, coming back at the end, a little bit of drama building up in these playoff games, but you guys always find a way to win. As the head coach, what's it been like having a front row seat from the dugout, seeing your team battle back and win these dramatic playoff games?
Well, this may sound kind of weird, but when we took over the program, this is our 75th game as a program. We started in the summer and then played about 44 games in the fall. And so the biggest thing is we were able to kind of implement how we go about our business, our game plan, and the kids kind of bought in. And some of the things, if there was a turning point when everything started clicking and we got total buy-in, was in the preseason. Let's say early February, we had a stretch there in 7 days. We played Mater Dei and we played Orange Lutheran, and we had success and won both those games. And those are preseason games, and no discredit to anybody. Obviously, the first round, the kid that pitches for Orange Lou is going to be a first rounder. We did not see him, but we gained some confidence by winning those two games. And our kids woke up. They started understanding that small details matter, approach and effort matter, and just going around, doing the right thing, doing things the right way. And as soon as they bought in, they saw that. As we got into the season, they kept doing it, and it became second nature to them. They started, believing in grinding and what that meant, and that you have to bring those things every single day. And I think once we got going, we played a preseason tournament in the Newport Elks out in Orange County, and we won that tournament. And that was no easy feat. We had to play 4 games in 5 days on the road, and we played at a pretty hostile place at Roosevelt High School, and that was just a barn burner, and we got that done. So I think there was a turning point. It would be those 2, and then the kids figured it out after that.
And even going to Citrus Belt League play, I mean, there's so many good teams in the CBL. Week in and week out, you're going to be battle
tested. It's a very talented league. It really is. I mean, obviously you saw Redlands, what they did, and they did a great job, and Coach Esteban did a great job. They have phenomenal pitching. Rev is always good. Very physical team. Cajon, I thought, didn't do as well as they should have, in my humble opinion. But they have a really good group coming back, and it's another tough team in Citrus Valley. So the Citrus Valley League I think it's well represented in CIF.
Coach, how fun has this run been? We were talking about some of these close games in the playoffs, and you've seen firsthand, obviously, the evolution of this team and the team actually buying in and beating some really good teams along the way. How fun has it been to see this team progress and get to this point, this journey?
I think it's been great. I think at some point as a head coach, you kind of want to see your kids take ownership of the team and then start implementing the things that you put in. And we're seeing that right now. And it's a joy to watch, especially for our seniors. I tell you what, they're believers. They absolutely believe they're going to get this done. So, I mean, whatever happens, I'm very happy, very proud of them. But it's been great. They're dialed in for sure.
There's not a lot of areas, not a lot of cities that have the luxury of being able to say that it's a one town, one team kind of place. And Yucaipa High School is certainly that. I mean, do you feel the love, the buzz around Yucaipa, just the fact that you guys are playing in a championship game, and it means a lot, especially in Division II. You've had to go through some really good teams to get to this point.
It's very important to the city. Okay, so I'll tell you, going into the job, I knew about the history of the school. I was a recruiting coordinator for a couple of different colleges. So anywhere you went to recruit, you saw that YH on there, and you knew you were getting a blue-collar kid, and you knew you were getting a kid that was going to grind for you. But the one thing I didn't know as a coach coming into it, how big baseball is to the city of Yucaipa and the high school. And it's very real for me now, being there 1 year. So there is a big buzz. I mean, I'll give you an example. When we won last night, we got a text message in a pizza place across from the school. Said, "Hey, come on down and celebrate at our place. We're gonna take care of you guys." And it was great. The town's been supportive. The little leagues look up to our players. It's a very special town, and very baseball. They absolutely love the game of baseball in Yucaipa.
And, Coach, I mean, you've been around a lot of baseball. I mean, you've coached at every single level,
Sure.
College, high school, head coach. What do you think makes this team special? Is there something unique about this year's T-Birds team that might be a little bit different from all the other stops that you've had along the way that makes this team just unique in its own way?
Yeah, you know what? I mean, I've coached mostly college, and we kind of took a college template and implemented it at the high school level, and it was a little rough in the fall. I mean, it took a while just because we were asking a lot of them, but they're doing it, and they're running a college offense, they're playing good defense, they're buying into what we're doing on the mound, and a lot of kids, well, I would say a lot of high school players can't do that, and they're doing it, and if not, they're going to fail forward doing it. They're going to keep doing it until they get it right. And that's a tribute to them. They really are. Their approach and effort's been great. Obviously, we have some very special players, but it takes a team to get to this point. And we've had some players really emerge. I'll give you 2 examples. Vinny Alvarez, who's our number 2, would probably be a number 1 for everybody else or on anybody else's staff. He threw a total of 8 innings last year. That was it. And he really emerged, and we worked on him early. And we've had other players like Jacob Davila, that came out from football. He wasn't starting for us. He didn't even start playing until almost midway point, and now he's a starting center fielder, and he's headed to the University of Laverne. And those types of guys have just come in and filled a role, and have been very important to even our star-laden program that we have. Those types of guys make it work, and if it wasn't for them, we wouldn't be where we're at right now.
Well, it's going to be Yucaipa taking on Beckman from Irvine Saturday, 4:30 first pitch out there at Cal State Fullerton. Let's pack that place. Let's support the T-Birds and And Coach Grajeda, thank you for coming on. We really appreciate it. Congrats on the season so far, and hopefully you can finish out this ride and bring home a title to the IE in Yucaipa.
Hey, I appreciate you having me, and thanks again. Thank you very much.
All right, Coach. Thank you, Coach.
All right, take care. Bye.
All right, that's Yucaipa High School coach Ralph Grajeda here on the Inland Sports Show. Yeah, this guy's coached a lot of different places.
Smokes.
He's got a lot of great college pedigree, a couple high school stops as well. And again, it's hard to follow a legend. Coach Stout was at Yucaipa High School. I think it was 41 years.
41 years.
So
yes.
he not only came in to have to fill those shoes, but he got them to the championship game in Division II. That's unbelievable. It's been a great coaching job by Coach Grajeda, and he's got a lot of great kids out there in #Yucktown.
Yeah, he was the recruiting coordinator at University of Laverne. He had stops at RCC, coached with Dennis Rogers, coached with some fine pedigree guys, been a head coach a number of different places, but seems like he's found his niche at Yucaipa. Yucaipa's a lot like Norco.
Yeah, I see similarities there. You're right.
Yeah, it's basically a one school town, and everybody comes out and supports it. It's a great
blue collar, lunch bell, punch the clock.
Great place to play, great
Horses,
place to live.
All the whole deal. And the best news, Coach Grajeda has not dated a Kardashian.
That is key because you know what?
I guess they won the title.
The Kardashian curse is actually there's the definition. Would you like to hear the definition?
Yes. There's a real definition?
A real definition.
All right, then we're going to wrap this thing up.
Okay.
But what is the definition of a Kardashian curse?
The Kardashian curse. Every man that dates a Kardashian, their life goes downhill after that. The Kardashians turned Scott Disick into an alcoholic, Lamar Odom into a crackhead, and Bruce Jenner into a woman. I can't wait to see what they do with Kanye. This is the Kardashian curse. This is the Urban Dictionary top definition of the Kardashian curse.
There it is. So if you thought Jeff was crazy, well, he might be. But he didn't make it up. It's a real live thing out there.
It is.
All right, we come back here on the Inland Sports Show. We're going to tell you about the best, worst team to win an NBA title. Did you get that? The best, worst team to win the NBA title. It's very confusing.
Can't wait.
We'll be back. It's your favorite show, the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE, 1350 AM.
We focus on the customer here. Believe it or not, that is the biggest thing for customers on an oil change. They just want the convenience of coming in, driving in, getting it done, and driving out. We just greet them, get them going, and they're done in about 10 minutes or so. We don't push any sales on them. We do the oil change, and I think that's what sets us apart is our customer service. Vacuumed and cleaned your windshield for you as well. Everything's looking pretty good. You come into us one time, believe me, we'll spoil you and you'll be ready to come back the next time.
Thank God, first of all. I thank the great people that I've got around me that help support me, the people that work for me. As I started, if it wasn't for the people around me, we probably wouldn't be here right now, but I've got a great staff. I've got great people that do stuff for us outside the store, and we've been very, very fortunate. Our service is impeccable, and we just keep trying to get better every year. We can do online stuff for your teams, as well as, like I said, the screen printing, the embroidery. We also have 3 women that do extra sewing for us, like tackle tool on uniforms, or the bling or rhinestones for different shirts for the ladies. That's why we have certain racks just for certain schools, and the fun about that is that it turns into other schools that may come in here that aren't as close, that we can do stuff for them as well. We've had very, very good customers throughout the years, and it's just been a blast.
We're small, family-owned, strive for quality pre-owned vehicles. We're not a volume dealer, and we take every deal as personal to us. We're a low-stress environment. We're not a pressure sales house. If you want to shop us, you're more than welcome to shop us. We have, like I said, great rates, competitive financing, a lot of one-owner, clean Carfax, clean title vehicles. As you see, we have Carfax everywhere. That's most important to us, to educate our customers before they make a purchase. We're right off of Ontario, right off a couple exits off the 15 freeway, off Cajalco, off El Cerrito, and we're right on the main drag going into Dos Logos and the crossings. We have great financing, we have great lenders that we're using. We do buy, sell, trade, cash for your car. Whatever we need to do to help accommodate the customer, that's what we're here for. We have a little bit of everything. We start at about $69.95 and go all the way up to $100,000. We have Escalades, we have commuters, we have pickup trucks, we have Jeeps, sport utilities, and if we don't have it, our specialty is finding you exactly what you're looking for.
How you guys doing? Ray Baz here again at Corona High with the Corona High football program with the one and only Pep Fernandez. Today's boost training tip, it's all about top end speed, getting our knees up. We're talking about the A-run. Come see what it's all about. Okay, so we're working on right now, you can call it top end speed, absolute speed, max speed. Really all that means is that we're opening up our stride, getting our knees up. And one of the things we like to emphasize here is that cyclical action with the legs. So with the A-run, all we're doing is pulling our heel to our butt, stepping over and around the opposite knee, and it's all about turnover. We want to get as many reps as we can. So Jake's going to go ahead, he's going to jog to the hash, and then he's going to hit a nice and quick A-run all the way to the opposite hash. Here we go, ready? And go! Jog, 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 hit! Heel to the butt, toes up, over and around, over and around, over and around, over and around. Nice, very nice, very nice. So you want to get as many reps as you can here. You always want to have your ankle locked, toes pointing to the top of your shoe. A great drill to emphasize is getting your knees up, getting that cyclical action, the A-run. If you're not doing it, you better be doing it. And we do it right here at Boost.
Fernandez and Jeff Corum.
Welcome back to the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM. This segment's brought to you by Kin Sporting Goods. More than 40 years in the Inland Empire. They're a staple of the IE because they have been providing all of your sporting gear needs and Letterman's jacket and the team sales. They can do it all. They got all your sports gear. And you can take in your Letterman's jacket, they'll bling it out, put all your patches on there. That's Kin Sporting Goods out there in Norco, Horsetown, USA. And the website is kinsportinggoods.com. All right, so we had Trevor Oakes, Riverside guy, called up by the Kansas City Royals today. That was breaking news. the Halos, and Shohei Ohtani's on the bump right now against the Tigers. Jeff, you have an update.
Shohei is throwing a 2-hitter in the 4th inning. It is 1-1 with Pujols sending Trout in for the tying run.
All right. There you go. We'll have another Angels update in the next segment. But right now, the best, worst team to win an NBA title. So Jeff sent me a picture last night, and he's like, look at this load of garbage. No, he didn't say that. He didn't say that.
I'm always trying to sell you because we talked about this yesterday, and it had been bugging me and bugging me and bugging me. So I went through my annals, and I found the team that I thought was, everybody talks bad about Kobe Bryant. He's not the greatest. He's not this. He's not even mentioned. But I think I'm trying to steer you in this direction.
You're trying.
I am.
And you kind of got me.
Yes.
So Jeff texted me last night and said, look at this huge piece of garbage. And it was the 2009 Lakers. No, he didn't say that. I'm making that part up. But he did send me a picture of the Lakers from 2009. They beat Orlando that year 4-1 for the NBA championship. And Jeff said, look at this team. You take Kobe off of this team, just like you would take LeBron off the Cavaliers. And this is not a very good team. And I said, no, Jeff, you're messing with me. I bet you there's other teams out there that were worse that still won the NBA title. So I looked at Jeff's picture, and I thought, you know what? I think he might be right. If you take Kobe Bryant off of this team, they look pretty bad.
Do they make the playoffs? Do they make the playoffs without Kobe Bryant?
Because we're talking about, what, Pau Gasol, Lamar Odom, Derek Fisher, Shannon Brown,
Adam Morrison, Sasha Vujacic.
Yeah, Vujacic. Yeah, he can hit some threes.
But yeah, Jordan Farmar, Shannon Brown, like you said.
That's not a good team.
No,
Reza wasn't on there.
No,
not yet.
No, he was on the
Luke
next
Walton
year.
Was he on that team?
Luke Walton was on that team. Ooh, yeah, he was on that team. Didn't do much.
DJ Benga or no?
DJ Benga was on that team.
Yes, he was.
That guy was.
Yes,
that was Greg's guy.
That's my guy, dude.
So yeah, you look at that team, and that team won 4-1 in the World Championship, and of course, Kobe Bryant carried that team all by himself. And people,
Him and DJ Benga.
Him and DJ Benga.
Give DJ some.
People do forget very quickly how good Kobe Bean Bryant was.
And I guess so, because when I think back to the Lakers championships, I'm like, oh, they had Shaq and they had all these great players. They were surrounded by talent. But Jeff sent me that picture and it really hit home. I looked at that team. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna put my thumb over Kobe's face and I'm gonna look at all the other guys. It's like, that's not a very good team. That's like what LeBron is dealing with right now.
Yeah, and the very next year, the only guys they added were Steve Blake.
He was okay.
Derek Character, Devin Ebanks, Trey Johnson, Theo Ratliff.
I've interviewed 3 of those guys.
And Joe Smith. That's the only.
No, didn't they add Ron Artest?
Ron Artest, yes. Meta World Peace was on there. Yes, but
come on. Devin Ebanks, Derek Character, Trey Johnson, not household names.
No. And Kobe Bryant led them to a world championship.
Which is unbelievable.
Yes.
So maybe the worst team to win an NBA title. I mean, this of all the teams who won an NBA title, we were just looking at the post-Jordan era. So like after the Bulls had their run, Jordan went 6-0. We're like, okay, who was the worst team to win an NBA title? Still pretty good. And Jeff, I think you made a case for those Kobe Bryant teams that did not feature Shaquille O'Neal with him.
No. And anytime you mention, hey, we're going to put in Shannon Brown. Shannon and Sasha. Two ladies that you say, hey, let's sub in Sasha and Shannon. And that was your team that won the world championship, to say the least. So, yes, I will have to say that my argument stands that you can take, just like LeBron James, you take him out of that team, they're rotten. You take Kobe Bean Bryant off that team, they're even more rotten. And he won a world championship.
They're pretty bad. I would say if you take LeBron James off of this Cavaliers team, they would be worse than the 2009 Lakers when you take Kobe off.
You think they would be worse?
I think that Lakers team is better than this Cavaliers team without LeBron.
Okay, the reason I would have a problem with that is because you have Kevin Love.
Okay, so Kevin Love and Pau Gasol kind of cancel each other out.
Yes.
If Kevin Love is healthy and playing like Kevin Love, they cancel each other out. Now let's go to Lamar Odom. Who's the Lamar Odom of the Cavaliers?
Tristan Thompson.
Lamar Odom's better.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
Who else was on the Lakers team that was one of the stars? Derek Fisher.
Derek Fisher.
Who's the point for
Who is
Cleveland?
the point?
Yeah, I mean, that's a good question in itself. Yeah, see, you know what I mean? Like, I think that Lakers team was better. I mean, it's Rodney Hood. Are you tell me George Hill or Rodney Hood is the point guard is better than Derek Fisher? No, Derek Fisher was way better than if you're looking at George Hill or Jordan Clarkson or Rodney Hood or any of those guys.
Okay, let's go down the roster of the Cleveland Cavaliers. Jordan Clarkson, Jeff Green, George Hill, Rodney Hood. I'm not going to mention LeBron James. Kyle Korver, not a bad player.
Kyle Korver is like the Sasha Vujacic, right? You just go in, shoot some threes. You're not really going to guard anybody.
Larry Nance Jr., Seti Osman, who I've never heard of, Kendrick Perkins, J.R. Smith. J.R. Smith, though, a serviceable player. So is Tristan Thompson. But other than that, not very good.
No.
Not very good at all. They've got Ante Zizics. You ever heard of that guy?
That's the exit.
That's
that
the
road
exit
on the
going
way
to Vegas. But
yeah.
he's making almost $2 million a year.
That's not a good team.
No.
So as bad as the 2009 Lakers were, and again, when I say bad, it's all relative. This was the worst NBA team to win a title post-Jordan. Maybe the 2009 Lakers because of Kobe Bryant. He led them there. I'll give you guys that one. But I think if you take Kobe off those Lakers teams of 2009 and even 2010, they're better than what were this Cavaliers team right now. Take off LeBron James.
And that just tells you right there how bad the East is right now. It is really in a shambles.
This is the East best team
yes,
right
this
now.
Is the East best team. They're not going to beat the Golden State Warriors. We know that. The question is, how many games will it take for the Warriors to win? But let's look at this. The Boston Celtics took the Cleveland Cavaliers to 7 games. They're without their 2 best players.
Yes.
They're out Gordon.
Shorthanded.
Kyrie Irving without their 2 best players. They played the Indiana Pacers. Oladipo took them to the brink of elimination.
Indiana should have won that first round series,
yes,
don't you think?
Should have. Outside, who's good on that team?
Outside of Oladipo?
Not a soul.
Ike Anigbogu.
There you go. Our local guy from Centennial High School.
That's it.
Then they go and they play Toronto. Toronto is miserable. They had the best record in the East.
They got Drake.
And got drilled. They have 2
Drake.
players that can play, and that is it. The East is abysmal. You go to the West. Let's look at the Golden State Warriors, who they had to play to get into this World Championship. The Houston Rockets, the best record in basketball. They pushed them to the brink. I think any team that made the West out of the playoffs would beat the Cleveland Cavaliers.
You might be right.
Every
I think
team.
Houston would have beat them. I think I don't know if Utah would have beat them. Let's say if Utah would have snuck into the Western
Conference
Conference
Utah
Finals.
was pretty good. Pretty good. They've pushed guys to the brink. They're pretty good. New Orleans.
I think it's safe to say at least Golden State and Houston were head and shoulders above everybody else.
Yes.
So they could have beat Cleveland. Another conversation is that, okay, so Steve Kerr, is he a great coach or did he just land in the ideal situation? Because I went back and looked at Golden State's record. They were bad. They were not very good. And then Mark Jackson came onto the scene, and you can see year by year the turnaround was happening. And Mark Jackson had them for 2 seasons. They were a winning team. They made the playoffs, and then they got rid of him. I think they lost his last season. I think they lost to the Clippers in the first round. They got rid of him. And then Steve Kerr just took him over, and now obviously they went to new heights. They won an NBA title in Steve Kerr's first year as the head coach. But remember, Luke Walton stepped in as the interim head coach. I think Steve Kerr had, back problems, right? I think he had a bad back.
Yes.
And Luke Walton stepped in to the start of the season. They were 24-0. Luke Walton's the head coach of the Lakers right now. I mean, he doesn't exactly have the Midas touch where everything turns to gold, but Luke Walton's a good coach. Luke Walton was able to take that team 24-0. They didn't lose. Is Steve Kerr a great coach, or did he just land in a great situation?
Well, I think in the NBA, if you have guys, Pat Riley was one of these kind of guys that knew kind of how to mold certain guys. He was able to coach certain players. I think Steve Kerr is a player's coach. I think he's able to go and talk to these guys one-on-one and get the most from them. The reason Mark Jackson was fired after 3 seasons is because they were eliminated in the first round of those 3 seasons, and he had such a problem dealing with the players, the front office, anybody involved. There were rumors that you couldn't even speak to Mark Jackson because he was such supposedly a jerk off the floor.
Really?
You couldn't talk to him. There were guys that worked within the organizations that said that they never had a speaking relationship with Mark Jackson, and this is guys up in the front office. I think Steve Kerr took what Mark Jackson gave them basketball-wise and added almost like a system. It's a run and gun type system, but I think he manages players, front office, personnel at a better level than Mark Jackson.
So, okay, let's just say Brad Stevens was the head coach of the Golden State Warriors. Could they be even better? Like the Warriors are already great. Could they be even better?
I don't think if he stepped in now they would be better. I think they would take a step back because I think Steve Kerr has built relationships with these players, and I think they've kind of understood how he wants them to play. He's more of a manager. He pulls guys out when he thinks that they're not playing well or they need rest. He's really a manager. He's not really a coach because you figure you have 3 guys on the court, 4 guys on the court that could coach basically any team in the NBA. Steph Curry could coach basketball. Thompson could coach basketball. Green, if he's not a knucklehead, could coach basketball. And Kevin Durant, they're all players, and they're all coachable guys. Kevin Durant came over and said, hey, I'm a number 1 guy. He's filled in to be a number 1 or number 2 pretty easily. That in itself says that Steve Kerr is a good manager of players and probably a very good coach. I think Steve Kerr, a lot like other NBA coaches, surround themselves with great coaching staffs.
Yeah, didn't he let the players coach one of the games and everyone got bent out of shape?
Well, yeah, they were up.
Everyone got mad.
They were up 25, and during a timeout, he let the players run the timeout.
I think it was Durant. When he said Durant, I think did Durant have the clipboard?
Durant
somebody
wrote
had
it
the dry erase
and
board.
he went and stood on the side. But yeah, I think Steve Kerr surrounds himself with good people and is a very good manager of the players he's coaching.
Because I have a hard time. It's like being born with a silver spoon in your mouth. I have a hard time with guys who just fall into a great situation as opposed to, let's say, would you say, who's a coach who had to build it from scratch? Like a Brad Stevens, I guess. You don't walk into a situation where like, well, this team's already, really good with all this talent. Like Brad Stevens was with a Boston team that was like a 500 team. They were mediocre, but people were excited about the future.
But see, the thing is, you look at what Danny Ainge did. Danny Ainge brought in young players, guys fresh out of college. That is what Brad Stevens brought to the table. He brought these guys that were fresh out of college. They were used to playing for guys like Brad Stevens, and they adjusted pretty well. They're still young. They're going to keep coming up through the ranks. Gordon Hayward played for him, for gosh sakes, in college.
Oh, that's right. Didn't he?
Yeah, he
You're
played
right,
for him.
Butler.
So, I mean, these are guys that are freshly out of college, young guys. Kyrie Irving's a coachable guy, played for Coach K.
I think I just put more value in that when like a guy like Brad Stevens built it. He built it from the ground up. Now, Danny Ainge brought the guys in. I get that, and drafted guys. But Brad Stevens, he built it. I feel like Steve Kerr just walked into a situation like, wow, look at all these great guys. Like, man, this is great. It's perfect.
Steve Kerr walked into a dysfunctional environment. And when you bring in somebody who can fix that, you're going to have guys buy into the program.
He's more of a people person than a coach.
Yeah, I mean, look at the staff that Mark Jackson had when he was the coach. He had Lindsey Hunter, Brian Scalabrine, Pete Myers, and Jerry DeGorio. Those were his assistant coaches, 2 of which, Lindsey Hunter and Brian Scalabrine, were demoted to the D-League affiliate because there was a difference in philosophy. You can't get rid of 2 of your coaches on staff. You can't not have good relationships with team players, and you can't have bad relationships with front office people. Steve Kerr is think of it. His father was a guy that worked for the U.S. government, was assassinated.
Steve Kerr's dad was?
Steve Kerr's dad was assassinated.
I didn't know that.
Because he was, he worked in the Justice Department and worked overseas, was a diplomat. He was a U.S. diplomat, was killed overseas. Steve Kerr has that in his background. His dad was a very good facilitator of dealing with countries. Steve Kerr's a smart guy. Steve Kerr's a University of Arizona graduate, learned from Lute Olson. He is a good coach. I think really more of a manager of people.
When we come back here on the Inland Sports Show, we'll have your Major League Baseball score updates, including the Halos and Shohei Ohtani on the mound right now in Detroit in your Dodgers lineup. We'll be back at your favorite show, the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE, 1350 AM.
Rancho Cucamonga Quakes.
We are Fox Sports!
26 years ago, we started playing a little game. And now, we're all gonna sit down and we're gonna finish it. And guess what? It's your turn.
We're back to the Inland Sports Show. Here are your hosts, Pep Fernandez and Jeff Gorham.
Take the baseline out.
Is this Jay-Z? Oh, for the win from way downtown. Welcome back to the Inland Sports Show. We got Jay-Z and George Strait all on the same show. That's why we're the best. It's the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM. Jeff Gorham, Greg Holla, I'm Pep Fernandez. Short and sweet, about 6 minutes here in this segment. It's all brought to you by Boost Performance Training in Corona with Coach Ray Bass. All the sports, all the levels, youth, high school, college, everybody's going to Boost. Go check them out. Yeah. Make sure you follow them on Instagram and Twitter. Find the very latest on Boost Performance Training in Corona. Ask for Ray Bass by name. Don't take any substitutes. Yes, Jeff.
Hey, you were just telling me something really funny off the air, and I didn't believe you.
Again, some of our best conversations don't happen when the mics are on.
You said that cats are scared of cucumbers.
That's right.
So I looked up cats and cucumbers, and there's videos all over the
Why
internet.
would I lie to you, Jeff?
They're freaking out.
They hate cucumbers. It's a big battle. It's an underground battle, cats and cucumbers.
I have a cucumber at home, and I have a cat, and as soon as I get home this evening, I'm going to put a cucumber right in front of his food dish and see what he does.
Oh, yeah, we have a cat at home, but she's pretty old. I told my kids, I'm like, don't put a cucumber by Belle. We don't want her to freak out, have a heart attack. Like, please don't do it. Because these cats are freaking out. They hate cucumbers. It's their arch nemesis.
It's like the kryptonite.
Oh, don't buy Charisse, your cat, a cucumber. Charisse is cute.
Yeah, this is the weirdest thing I've ever seen. So if anybody is at home, type in cucumbers and cat. And it comes up. It's really funny. I'm watching it right now.
Ay, caramba. Hey, we've got Major League Baseball updates real quick, some scores, including the Halos. Also, a Stanley Cup Finals update. But first, the Dodgers lineup, and I got to make this quick. This is a short and sweet little segment here on the Inland Sports Show. Here's your Dodgers lineup tonight against the Phils once again. Leading off, last night it was Muncy. Tonight, Jock Peterson back on top. I don't know, man. I'm just reporting. Don't hurt the messenger. Jock Peterson in left leadoff. Max Muncy, a.k.a. Chuck Muncy, at first base, batting second. Who's actually been doing pretty well. Yasmani Grandal back in the lineup for the Riverside Poly Bear. Austin Barnes, so Grandal gets the start tonight at catcher, hitting third. Matt Kemp at cleanup and right. Cody Bellinger playing center field. He'll bat fifth. Chris Taylor, they're going to drop him down to sixth in the order. He's playing shortstop. Valera playing third base tonight. New guy.
New dude.
New guy. And Logan Forsythe hitting eighth at second base. Ross Stripling on the bump for the Dodgers tonight. The Halos, are they still winning? Is Shohei Ohtani great, or what's going on?
Tough action here for Shohei Ohtani. I'll tell you why. Because at the end of 5, there's a delay, a rain delay in Detroit. Shohei Ohtani will probably get taken out if this is a long delay. So Shohei might not get the win as they are all knotted up at one apiece.
Oh, sadness. Shohei Ohtani. Anytime he pitches, we keep a close eye on it. But what's the score? I'm sorry, I wasn't paying attention.
1-1.
1-1.
But we do have the Stanley Cup Game 2 is going on right now in Las Vegas.
Las Vegas taking on the Washington Capitals. Game 2 tonight. And Las Vegas won the first game 6-4. Can they go up 2-0? What's the score right now?
Well, with 6:47 left in the first, the Golden Knights have taken a 1-0 lead over Washington.
Look at that. Las Vegas, an expansion team. It's never been done. Trying to go all the way and hoist Lord Stanley's Cup. That would be unbelievable.
Hockey in the desert. How does that? I can't put my mind upon that step.
Hockey is big in weird places. Like, we talked about this before. I was in Bakersfield 8 years. Bakersfield is a dusty oil town, and they love hockey. It's the biggest thing. I don't know. Maybe it's the novelty. You know what I mean? Like ice hockey. It's cold. It's ice. It's hockey. Something in Canada and Europe. But you put it out in the desert. Like the novelty. It's so unique and different. People gravitate towards it.
The novelty here, I mean, the Ducks have a great following. So do the Kings. Yeah. Every single game is a sellout. and they have the same rabid fans every time, so it can be supported.
But then again, it is hot in the desert, so to go to a hockey game in Vegas,
hey, wear a sweater.
Wear a sweater.
Wear a beanie. It's going to be nice and cool inside.
I think the biggest problem or worry they had in Las Vegas is that it's a commuter town. Everybody comes in on the weekends. They were worried they couldn't sustain the fans, but the fans around the entire area of the Las Vegas metropolitan area have come in droves, and they have more season seats than any team in the NHL.
That's Nevada. I can't even say that state. That's their first professional team, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
So
Las Vegas is,
So yeah, they've sold more season seats than any team in the NHL. Pretty impressive.
It's unbelievable, and winning helps. And I think they kind of package it as another show. You know what I mean? Like all these shows in Las Vegas, you go to the Golden Knights, that's another show.
Have you seen the beginning of one of these games?
It's like medieval times. It's crazy.
It is.
The production they put in the pregame.
It's pretty impressive. It's like Cirque du Soleil.
Yeah, it is. And then the guys come skating out of the tunnel, and they're blasting the music, and the lights are going all around the arena. Like it's a spectacle. It's Las Vegas.
I can't wait for the Raiders.
The Raiders.
I'll be there.
We're gonna have real life pirates come out and chop people's arms off.
I'll be there.
Oh, the Raiders. All right, when we come back, we're gonna wrap this thing up. We are gonna turn the keys over to Mike Lenskog. He's going to take it home. We got Quakes baseball once again tonight. Did they win last night?
Yes, they did.
They won last night. Exactly what I was going to say. Chris Mathewson, who we had on the show, the pride of Kaiser High School, the Fontana native.
Lives with his parents.
He went to the DL today.
What?
Oh, it's sadness.
What do you mean he's already hurt?
Yeah, he's hurt. But the Quakes play on. They're going to take on the Storm tonight. We'll get you all set for that. When we come back, it's the one and only Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE, 1350 AM. Oh, this is it. Final couple minutes as we get you all set for Rancho Cucamonga baseball right here on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM. The Inland Sports Show, like every day, is brought to you by Catalano Motors in Corona off of Temescal Canyon Road. You drive right past it. Go check it out. You can buy, trade, and finance. They have weekly specials, and you could save thousands of dollars. So you can go get a car, a truck, an SUV at Catalano Motors and have enough left over to take a nice little vacation. Man,
Yes.
you would be a hero in your house. But you got to go to Catalano Motors. Always a hero?
Always.
Even when the milk is dangerously low and you only have 2 gallons in the outside fridge?
I'm still a hero because you know why? I always have 4 boxes of ice cream cones.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow.
So the Angels are back?
Angels
the rain
are
delay's
back.
over in Detroit?
It's top 5, and it looks like Shohei is continuing to pitch. So the rain delay was not very long.
Back in action. We'll see
Yeah.
if Shohei Ohtani can get the win for the Halos tonight in Motown. And congratulations to UC Riverside pitcher, once again, Cole Percival, your Big West Conference Freshman Pitcher of the Year. He was also second-team All-Conference overall. And Trevor Oakes called up back to the big leagues by the Kansas City Royals.
Washington and the Golden Knights tied at 1 apiece.
Oh, my goodness.
2 minutes left in play.
Stanley Cup Finals getting juicy, but not as juicy as the Golden Pipes of Mike Lindskog. He's going to call the game. Rancho Cucamonga, the Quakes taking on the Storm tonight. Pregame starts at 6:50 right here on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM. As for us, the Inland Sports Show, we're back tomorrow at 3 o'clock. You know, the one and only. We'll see you tomorrow, 3 o'clock.